All right, cool. All right, guys, we are live. Welcome back to another episode of the Stay at Home Open Mic presented by the Barbed Open Mic series. My name is Richie Marrufo, and I'm your host. And we are here coming to you from El Paso, Texas. It's Stay at Home Open Mic, which means we're going to have a show filled with poets, musicians, singers, songwriters, lyricists, people who have found their passion and creativity and their flow and want to share that with the world. And the point is to kind of just have this platform to let stuff out. We do our art for many reasons, and so sometimes we need a vent. We find solidarity with a community. Celebrate something. There's a lot of reasons why we'll be here tonight, and I want you guys to listen in. And of course, we want to support each other's work. Follow each other online, and if we have some extra cash laying around, the virtual tips is a thing. So I definitely, as I go throughout the list, we're going to travel all around the world. One of the beauties of going online. Shout out to everyone watching on YouTube. This is like the YouTube show. So if you're watching live right now, kudos to you. You're a real one. You were like waiting for it to start. So that's super cool. Now, if you're watching this, after the fact, it's not live. Still props for finding the video and sitting in to listen to all these poets. Hopefully by this point, Kit has done some timestamps. You can go and check people out and select that way. Much love to Kit for always doing that. But yeah, if you're watching from the future, which is your present, don't forget to show love in the comments on the chat. But it's cool. It's cool. We're gonna go and kick things off because we do have a really full list tonight, and we're gonna go ahead and do something that we don't usually do. We're gonna start off on the West Coast. We're gonna start, but this first performer runs their own open mic night as well, their own show, does an awesome podcast, and just super awesome person. So I'm glad that she's gonna kick it off tonight. Let's go ahead and make some noise, guys. Welcome to the show, to the stage. Let's go and welcome Finn Bell, which is your present.
Thanks so much, Richie.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm hearing my voice a little bit in the background.
I am too.
Someone's watching the live stream. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great to be here. And actually, I remembered to sign up early this time. Yay. So I'm going to share with you guys. These are four new shorter poems, and they are still works in progress. So be kind. They might have a different incarnation later down the road. But right now they're half formed. I'm going to share them anyway. This first one is called Bursting. I bite down upon you within your heart-shaped youth, skin intact. Skin is tender, it mimics me, a bud in frenzied duplication. I have not yet shed this life. Life in chrysalis to eternity. Life waxes and wanes in this monsoon midday. You spill onto my hands and my breath fogs around this revelation. You are release greedy upon my palm, dripping the idea of my fruit onto the ground and replenishing it. I become rooted. Once more, I blossom and am profusion. In time with the rhythm of the eddies bent bountiful, swish, swish, and the waters that feed into them, slosh, slosh. I am told that it is my eyes and that my soul peeking out does things to make grown men weep, but those windows draw their shades down now. Their pains need more than the regular washing. They have seen and strained and held a wingtip over too many calendar pages ripped out, too many. The ophthalmologist warned me 20 years ago about the power in prevention, that red map lines become icteric territory claimed, that granny reading glasses piggybacking my own quadrupled lenses in my halcyon days would make me less of a spectacle perched on my nose, middle-aged grouch now. My youth, like most youth, was a cocky little shit, allergic on contact with the wise admonitions or the wheezing creak of the voice of reason. So this third piece was inspired by another poet who does kind of impromptu based on prompts poetry. He frequents another open mic that I go to. He usually asks for about 3 words to help inspire him. And so I was trying to gain inspiration from what he did, though I'm not prepared to do something completely off the cuff, just like to spout it out. So I found 3 words that occurred in my head, and I wrote down whatever came to mind. And what I guess you could say, it's not finished because I didn't do any editing. I just wrote it down, and it is what it is. So it could be stream of consciousness, it could be a poem, I don't know what you'd call it, but here it is. And then the 3 words were reassurance, eyes, and flirtation. I begged to differ until I first saw your eyes, and they drank up mine, nestled upon my own and understood. Where does the mind go from there? It diverges, it takes its own path, it forks. I fork and then think better of it. The soul marries of its own accord, and the body leaves it behind to collide, a spectacle of sparks courting rumor. I rose well above the clamor. Did I mention that yet? I rose and the foam only cloaked my modesty as it does, fickle and soon amnesiac, and felt shame as fleeting. Only you know the hues that I painted myself in because I was supine, naked, receiving benediction, and you were there inside the same dream. You spoke my name and painted me in your own tints. Had I always known the flirtation was like a switch, and you the only one with your hand upon it? Had I known it was your bread and butter, yet pure, always pure, devoid of artifice, devoid of manipulation, where hearts will follow and not know where they are going, where sin was never far behind. But your eyes, your beautiful eyes, still swam above the fray. They were the beacon, 3-second beat that called to me, that you would be there, and I and my cove of secrets would point naturally towards you and find safety. I, the bobbing craft, and you, the lighthouse. But your eyes, that sunburst 8-ray equilateral around its edges, ended all discussion and roiled the Pacific between my womb and your ribs. Reassurance may patrol the waters in many boats, but will not dip into the fathoms. The ocean bottom is where we nestle and sigh, curved to the shape of the seaweed, keeping their own counsel. And then I wanted to end with a short poem called Birds Off Day. The birds convene outside my window. I spy them gathering and I eavesdrop on their conversation. I try to fly away with them as soon as they tire of the morning pleasantries. And one first, and then another began to launch off the roof. My soul gathers up its courage and every bit of its sagging plumage to take the dive before I remember. My feet refuse to follow, anchored firmly to the chipping wood floor. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah, short and sweet. I love it. I love your language. Awesome use. It's your fincabulary, if you will.
You got it. Yes.
So if we need a segue, I'd definitely love you to plug your show, your podcast, and anything else you'd like.
Yes. My podcast comes out every Tuesday, and right after I get off from here, I have to close up the production on it because it goes out at 2:00 a.m. tomorrow morning. So look out for it. It's on anchor.fm/Anchor.fm /Trisha-de-Jesus. And then my open mic is on Thursdays, and you can look for that under Fincabulary on Eventbrite. And this is me. Is that facing the right way?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah. Instagram, Fin_Bell. Facebook and Twitter, FinBell. Venmo is Trisha de Jesus Gutierrez. And then coffee.
There you go.
There you go. Is FinBell. And you like my little coffee cup right there.
Perfect. Yeah. I love how creative you guys are getting in these on these sheets and everything. So As always, thank you and happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Awesome. And yeah, definitely check all that stuff out. Thank you, Finn Bell. I'm cheating. I'm using some overlays and stuff. But we gotta like have like a drawing, an art session, so all of us can make our open mic posters. We could just do like an online hangout. We can like do like a collaborative playlist and just listen to music and draw and make our like custom sheets for our open mics, because one of the things you're gonna hear tonight, guys, is like all the cool online open mics and events that go on throughout the week, and pretty much you can hit something up every day of the week, which is frankly amazing. And it's been a savior for so many people during this worldwide pandemic. So awesome. Thanks Trisha. Finn Bell, awesome. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go a little further north, but still kind of keep it West Coast. Someone who is relatively new but has been coming through enough that I'm always looking forward to what they're gonna say. We have Seattle's worst something. That's how he signed up. Let's go and welcome to the mic Seattle's worst something.
Boo. Okay. I've been writing since I was a child, like grade schools, and I don't entitle anything, but this was since Richie, you said you have your teachers. This is something for students, for people who study history. There's a woman who's still alive named Janice Ian, and she wrote a song called Society's Child when she was 14. And it was about a relationship between an African-American boy and a Euro-American girl. And because of that song, all kinds of stuff happened. 14-year-old. So it'll come out in what I wrote. She's saying, I can't see you anymore. And bigots firebombed a radio station in Atlanta. I can't see you anymore, baby. Pretty white girls that they would rather kill than have her kiss a black Santa. Janice Ian wrote the song at 14. To the small-brained and penis boys in power, it sounded obscene, because they were worried that little white girls all over the country would do the same thing. Yeah, little white girls all over the country might listen to a change is going to come from Sam Cooke or a speech by Reverend King. Yeah, they might see that segregation was designed to keep natural allies apart. Yes, segregation was designed to stop chocolate spices from altering the sensual palates of her vanilla-tinged heart. That year, white DJs were brutally beaten for playing her song because she exposed a seminal lie, so-called supremacy. The one that says we can't get along. The one that says there's nothing in common between you and me. What the hell? So they showed up to her concerts and shouted, "Nigger lover, we're going to kill you. Your age makes no difference to us." They were too worried that I would thrill you once my beautiful bronze skin stepped off of the fence. If white boys are superior, what for are the walls? Wouldn't they just ignore us? Could it be they have really, really, really small balls and clandestinely adore us? Their obsession with genitalia and size is something that they themselves created. It's not that I'm bigger, I'm just more wise. It's not that complicated. See, you put your time into greedy Jeff Bezos' material wealth. my brain power goes into love and liberation. You have little or no psychosocial or physical health, and your object of lust naturally comes to me for salvation. So when Prussian girls of 14 years exposes you to the fraud that you are and triggers your reptilian brains guided by fears that the humble one, once enslaved, is the true star. You seek to kill a messenger with your acts of naked hate. You seek to kill the messenger, but baby, it's too late. 'Cause I can't see you anymore has changed to Kamala and Barack. Yes, I can't see you anymore is obsolete, out of stock. 'Cause I'm your president, your vice president, your CEO. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson and the Brainiac and lover too. I have flourished wherever I go. So bye-bye, Tiki Torch Boy. Toodaloo. That's it.
Oh man, sick ending. I love it. All around powerful poem.
Yeah, that was great, man.
Gracias.
Awesome thinking. And I think you might have been hitting your mic or something with your paper. I think that's what we were hearing.
Oh,
But
sorry.
It's all good, man. We heard you more than that. You know, the words cut through. Definitely. Absolutely. So I don't know if you did you get your social media game intact? Do you have something we can connect with you or
I don't know. You probably can't see this because my light is so bad.
oh
No, you can't see that. Can you read
X-ray
that?
vision? You need to probably lift it up a little higher. And then a little back like it's pretty much kind of like in front of your face. Yeah. It's a little hard to read. So what does that say?
It's the genius of love. So I'll spell it as
There you go.
TheGeeNYusUVLUVV. I'll put it in the chat.
There you go. Perfect.
It's at Instagram.
All right. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for making it again and appreciate your words. Oh yeah.
Thanks for having me.
All right, cool. Thank you. All right. Oh, let me get that spotlight off. Trying to get situated here. All right, awesome, man. Very cool. We're gonna go ahead and so that was West Coast. We're gonna go and get back to East Coast. We're gonna be jumping all around the world during the open mic, and that's always a lot of fun. So next up, we're gonna go to New York, and we're gonna go and welcome back to the mic the beanie wearing soul sister. I did say your name, so you are here. Let's get you on. Let's go and make some noise and welcome Elizabeth. That's right. You know her as the beanie wearing soul sister. Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm sorry if I didn't hear my name before. Maybe I have too much wax in my ears. But I have two poems tonight for Women's History Month. This first poem is dedicated to my best friend. She just heard me read it on Nuo. A Woman to Love. On a very warm spring day, the beanie-wearing soul sister was born. Ironic indeed. On the sticky streets of Chelsea, NYC, two souls wandered into a hipster store. One soul crowned the other with a light gray beanie. Since then, I have never been the same. She who crowned me as my soulmate, she has always seen confidence in me before anyone else, including myself. She has always seen my potential before everyone else, including me. She sees me. An Aries mermaid who swims in calm waters. Her touch is as strong miles away as it is in person. She is a healer, a physician, a medicine woman. She keeps me on my toes. She teaches me to view the world in many different lights. She surprises me every single day. She never judges me. She is the kindest soul I know. Being in her presence is like being surrounded by rainbows and fields of jasmine. She is gorgeous. She is sexy. She is an artist. She is passionate. She is sensual. She makes me use my voice even when I do not want to. Physical therapists are experts who improve quality of life, mentally, physically, and emotionally. It must be Bashir. She is one. I am too lucky to call her my person, my best friend, my soulmate. She is the reason the beanie-wearing soul sister exists. Thank you for crowning me, seeing me, feeling me, and for always taking care of me. She is the reason I started writing poetry. Kendra Lee Collier, A Woman to Love. I love you. And then my last poem. So Elemental did nickname me Deadpan Lizzie, but I can't read this deadpan, so I'm just going all in. It's called I Am Woman. I am strong, I am sexy, I am vibrant, I am confident, I am not afraid to speak my mind, I am not scared to piss others off. I proudly roar in this jungle, I march for my rights and my fellow women. I am a future mother and wife. I love my gender, I love my sexuality, I am not ashamed of my high sex drive. I love that I'm a leather lesbian, kinky, a Jewish Buddhist, an Esther Sarah, a Weinfeld woman. I love myself. I love women. I am a woman. Hear me roar. And if you do not want to hear my loud and proud roar, get the fuck out of my way. That's it. Thank you.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes.
Lizzie. Woo!
Yes. Yes,
Thank you.
Elizabeth.
Not deadpan tonight.
Right, right.
Not for Women's History Month.
Awesome. So you got some cool stuff you've been working on too. Do you want to highlight some of that? Let us know how we can, see your writing journey, what you have cooking up.
Sorry if you hear all these pings. One of my business partners is actually pinging me right now. I do a podcast every month, one drop. Sorry about that. One drop today. It's called the Broadway Network, Broadway Brokers Network. It's at the intersection of real estate and art. I'm also a licensed real estate professional. Sorry, this just keeps pinging through. I apologize if you're hearing that. And I am working on an audio drama with a Chicago-based theater company that drops in July. It's about Title IX and Greek mythology and sexual harassment. You can check me out on Instagram at ES_Strauss and BroadwayBroker_NY, and I'll drop it in the chat. And I post all about my writing journey and real estate and some of the theater I do and everything else about me in there. So thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome. That's it. And yeah, we weren't hearing that, so it's all good.
Oh, good.
We heard your words today, and that's the most important part. So, and thank you for that reminder too. Gotta celebrate the women in our lives, always, really. But yeah, March. It's March already. Damn, it's crazy. So check it out. Thank you, Elizabeth. We're gonna go and keep going though. I'm taking a look at the list. As I mentioned, there are a lot of people signed up trying to work things out here. I didn't see this next person. Is Propaganda? Did they make it in? Propaganda Poet? They've been here before, but I didn't see the name in the chat. So we might have to push back, or kind of move forward a little bit until they get here. But they've been here before, so hopefully they get to come back. In that case, let's go on to our next performer and see where we're at. Right? He's not here, right? I don't see. Okay, nobody's really responding. So it's that seance part of the open mic when we always try and see if this person is here with us. Are you in the room with us? Flicker the lights on and off. Yeah, yeah. So you know who is here? Our next performer, we got Eddie in the house, Mr. Ed Foreman, Ed Poetastic, Ed Fireman is like people like say, because here comes the fireman. We got Ed in the house. Ed, welcome back, my friend. Good to have you here.
Thank you, my favorite host with the most that always needs a good toast. How is my poetic people doing? Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Salute.
Yeah. Gotta love the poetastic flavor. I got 2 poems for you. Hope you guys and girls like it. Okay, it's called, hold on. It's called, sorry about that. It's called Dazzling Daffodil. She was so alluring. She had a unique grace. It caused my heart and legs to chase. She always had that twinkle in her eyes. Every time I'm with her, my shallow depression dies. Her hair always playfully dancing in the clear wind. She get lost in summer gales now and again. Her skin reminds me of a clear, crisp, and sparkling pond. It reminds me of our eternal bond. Her imagination floats like the birds in a baby blue sky. I get amazed, thrilled, and even sigh. Her cheeks were so red than crimson roses. Your pleasant scent always cafes the noses. She sings melodies and swan songs about in. It's a real energy booster to your loved ones and friends. She was more alluring than sugar, salt, or honey. She has a divine grace, it's not even funny. Every time she goes away, I get so sad. Every time she shows tears, I get so mad. I want to be a vibrant tree that offers her shade. I want to be the colorful fireworks in her merry parade. I want to give you massive planets, flickering stars. I do anything to heal or feel her empty scars. I'm your addict, baby. Please get used to that. It's Cupid's law or love struck fact. Oh, dear sweet daffodil, what did you do to me? You make me happier than a fish in the clear blue sea. Thank you. And I got this. It's called Loser King. I remember when I was a kid, I was so small. My mind was so blank to any wall. I remember when I wore goggles. Kids teased me saying you didn't look right. The light helps me see the childish fights. I remember when I was bullied. Punks beat me black and blue. I was a kid. I didn't know what to do. I remember when I didn't know how to read. The books haunted me. I've half-assed it. I didn't know how to see. I remember being slow. My mind was a turtle, and everything was the hair. No, I didn't help, shared, or cared. I remember being poor, scavenging like a little mouse, watch other rodents scratch, nibble, and pounce. I remember when I didn't have any friends. The loneliness eats away at me, hoping someone could keep me company, please. I remember my life was so cold, body getting engulfed in a snowy hurricane, frozen solid from the pale hopes, frigid dreams, and bitter pains. I remember being a nerd, hearing the kids laugh like hyenas. My tears rained slower than any slugs. I remember having my mom, but never my dad. I used to blame myself if I did something more hurtful or bad. I remember wishing I wasn't born. I just need to escape from the misery, wishing I was a bug or the clear blue sea. I remember my first love. She never knows me, not even my name. I used to run and hide away from the shame. I remember getting bad grades. Teachers used to bite my ears off. They didn't know either to scream or scoff. I remember reading comics, heroes basking in the limelight, never getting hurt from spite, hits, or silent nights. I remember being a little loser. I used to condemn it, but I read with pride. Now I know the sky is always bluer on the other side. And I have a, no matter if landslides cover you, no matter if the sun burns you, no matter if shadows come and go, always remember, if there's still lungs with you, please keep on living.
Dude, I need to soak all that in, man. That was beautiful. Ed, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you,
Everyone,
my brother.
yeah, man. Everyone, I feel like we heard some snaps, man. But everyone show some love. You can throw those heart emojis on there and all that stuff. Clap, snap it up. Ed, awesome, man. So how can we find you online and all that? People who want
Oh,
to
man.
hear more of your work.
Woo! You can hear my work at Eddie Foreman at Facebook, or you could IGN at Ed Foreman 92. But I don't post my stuff because I've been so busy, you know, studying and stuff like that. But if you have an open mic, you'll see me there, and I'll make it right with my poetic light. Woo!
It's awesome, man. I love it. I love it. I love all your catchphrases, man. You're just pumping it out after week after week. Yeah, much love, man. Like I always say this, and I have to just put it out there in the world because it's true, man. Like your positivity is contagious, you know, and sometimes even if I'm feeling it a little like down or low energy, I always feel it pick up when I start seeing you guys here on these Monday nights, you know, and Ed, you're such a huge part of that, dude. Like kind of lifting me up here. So
You lift
appreciate
me
that,
up.
man.
Everyone lifts me. You lift me up. The whole poetic party lift me up. Just like one big, enormous poetic sun. I love it. I just forgot to bring the hot dogs and ribs and burgers and ice cold
There you
beers.
go. There you go. We'll you can bring them in the poems and all that good stuff, you know. All right, cool. Check it out. So we're gonna go ahead and keep the smoothness of the open mic going. Very, very great so far. I love how everyone's, you know, their work is amazing and it's kind of got a nice flow to it. So we're gonna go ahead and go to Denver. Next up, we have Mike Sindler. Mike Sindler is in the house, always coming with his awesome artwork in the background. And yeah, let's welcome Mike back to the mic.
Hi, everybody. Always great to be back.
Mike, woo!
What's up?
Woo!
This is one I guess you could call new shit because kind of been working on it for a while, but I finally got it somewhere where I feel like worth reading. Started it back when there were still fires rolling up and down the mountains, which luckily is not happening now, but will be in a few months. So this is called Dancing Upwind. These are not true colors of sunset, merging muted, silent gray, fluttering ash, pollen of fire, silent sacrifice of wildlife. Curved orange lines drawn, mourns brown, green hills, turned carbon black stubble beard at 5 o'clock shadow, lit lashes, heat mirrors, red bald fall of day, burn, smolder, flake loose copse, throw entwined bone and bark, high into infirm firmament, charcoal covers pastel, smooth smear smothers day, dusting dusk, poison paint, dry brush, elemental pigment, loose silk absorbs soot. These are dull but angry hues, disguised, ragged, costumed, mad trickster let loose on mountains, smoking soil, dancing upwind. And I used to be able to pronounce words. Obviously, that doesn't happen anymore. And seeing how it's the start of Women's Month, I'll just do a little slightly romantic, I guess, called Resting. Shell found on a beach, cicada in a matchbox, simple band of gold, weathered white skull of a mouse, necklace of worn amber beads, flower from garden, pressed within a book of poems, photo, 2 lovers resting in each other's arms, print curled and turning yellow. And you know, we lost one of the great poets and great lights of poetry last week, the great Lawrence Ferlinghetti, and I was lucky enough to be part of a reading in his honor. And you know, I first, you know, started reading when I was about 13, 14, way back in the early 70s. And so this is actually probably one of my very first poems after I started reading him. And this is, yeah, I wrote this when I was 14 back in 1972. It's called Baltic Avenue. Once again, I was 14. Give me a break. Here on the great Monopoly table of life, why am I stuck on Baltic Avenue? These dice just ain't going my way, but it's too late to quit the game and there's no way to start another. I know good and damn well I'm not gonna pass go. I'm gonna get stuck in jail, and I've lost so many rolls of the dice it isn't funny. But why? Why? Why am I stuck on Baltic Avenue? Shut up and roll. I like to think I got better since then. And then lastly, I want to read one by it's not the same one, but I'm going to put on a different hat and read one by one of the last living beat poets and one of the few female beat poets who lives right up the road from me, about a half an hour, running the Jack Kerouac School of Disembodied Poetics at Naropa up in Boulder. And it's the great Anne Waldman, and this is one of her poems called The Lie. Art begins with a lie. The separation is you plus me plus what we make Look into light bulb, blink, sun's in your eye. I want a rare sky, vantage point free from misconception. Art begins with a lie. Nothing to lose, spontaneous rise of reflection. Paint the picture of a light bulb, or I, the sun. How to fuel the world, then die. Distance yourself from artfulness. How? Art begins with a lie. The audience wants to cry when the actors are real and passionate. Look into footlight, then feed back to eye. You fluctuate in artful body. You try to imitate the world's glory. Art begins with a lie. That's the story. Sharp speck in the eye. Thank you all very much.
Oh, awesome, man. You were rocking that hat. I loved it. It looked great.
I didn't
So
actually see myself in it.
yeah, no, we need to take the screenshots and everything.
Yeah,
There you go.
I can see it later. But
Awesome. So what's going on at the lighthouse this month?
all kinds of great stuff. Actually, there's a tribute coming up to fantastic poet and teacher who died last year, Chris Rancic, who at one point was the Colorado Poet Laureate. I think there is a writing in color coming up real soon, but there's always good stuff. Just go to lighthousewriters.org, which I just put in the link. And once again, for all of you people who are going to be viewing this later on YouTube, just go and check. There's workshops, events, 1 hour classes, 4-week classes, 8-week classes, so many great things going on.
That's wonderful. Awesome. I'm really happy that you're kind of spreading the word, spreading the light, so to speak, to this lighthouse. Awesome, man. Thank you, Mike, as always, for sharing those. And I mean, we have it down to a T where you have the hat segments. I always forget to like bring other hats to when I bring out the cover poems too.
You've always got a cool hat though. So.
I like these. I don't know, simple, but appreciate it, man. Check out those workshops. If you got some extra time, work on your craft. It's do yourself that gift.
I want to say too, for I know things are hard for people who, really are having a hard time. They offer what they call writerships, scholarships. So, if you see something and it's like, oh my God, that's exactly what I need to, help me to get to this next stage, just apply for a writership. There's a good chance you might get it.
Yeah, well said. Find the resources out there, absolutely. And honestly, many of you guys are worthy, so don't sell yourselves short. Try it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't be shy.
There you go. Don't be shy. And if you need help or any guidance, hit Mike up or anyone else, and we'll help each other out. Like, we're a network. Let's help each other out that way. For guidance or advice or whatever. Cool. Oh, speaking of writing workshops, I do want to do like a personal plug. I've talked about teaching at my local college, and one of the projects that I do is this thing called the Papagayo Project, and we do, what we do is we have students who come through and hang out, and prior to the pandemic, we would have like a room, an office space where students can hang out and study and do work or just kind of relax. And every Wednesday we would like host a workshop of something, usually related to the humanities. And we would, let the students run the workshops. So we would get workshops on all sorts of cool things. It's a good experience, especially in the academic world, of doing presentations. But it's mostly fun. And we've adapted online, and this Wednesday we are going to have an online writing workshop. It's completely free. Wednesday from 1 to 3 p.m. at Mountain Time, 1 to 3 p.m. Mountain Time, and we're featuring one of my really awesome poet friends, Grace Munoz. I've probably read from her book here before, Coatlicue Girl, book of poems and short stories. It's an amazing work. She's in El Paso, poet, powerhouse poet, and our friend Therese Mayu, who she has a memoir out called Heartberries. It's a New York Times bestseller. Like she's she's like probably like the most famous writer I know. Because back in the day when we were doing open mics at the coffee shop, she was there working and studying creative writing in El Paso. And I remember always like encouraging her, like, yeah, you should go up and read. You should go read your work. You should go read your work. And fast forward like 7 or 8 years later, she's on the Daily Show. She's like on NPR. She's like making top lists, winning awards. So yeah, Therese is going to be there along with Grace, and they're going to do a writing workshop, creative nonfiction. I forgot the name, what it was called, but it's free. So if you guys are, if you're available, I definitely encourage you guys to check it out. I'll find the link right now so I can share with you guys, but you can just also look up Papagayo Project. It would be cool to get people in and write. We're gonna get some writing done. It's generative writing, so we're gonna share some stuff. It's gonna be really cool. Anyway, that was a quick commercial. Didn't mean to take so long with it, but definitely, kind of bouncing off the whole lighthousewriters.org thing is, there's resources. Let's hit those things up. Okay, let's keep going though. Who do we have next? Oh, awesome. I'm excited to introduce first time performer, but they've performed all over a bunch of the other open mics, and I'm really excited to hear them because I actually haven't heard them before, but I hear great things. We have another Los Angeles poet in the house. We have Abraham Kimani. Abraham, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Nick Paleologos because he had, introduced me to this platform and sent me a DM the other day on Instagram about this event, and I had signed up for it on Saturday. So shout out to Nick, another dope artist out of the East Coast. So I have an acronym for each month and 2 pieces. All right, January, Justified Africans, Naturally Undeterred Activists Radicalizing Youth. February, For Every Black Revolutionary Undoing American Racism Yearly. March, Monumental Actions Righteously Create History. April, Ancestors Presently Reside in Libraries. May, Me Appreciate You. June, Justice Uproot Nefarious Elites. July, Join Us, Liberate Yourself. August, Always Underground, Gracefully Undermining Systemic Tyranny. September, Sage Experience Poets Touching Each Microphone, Blessing Ears Remotely. October, Overthrowing Corruptive Terrorist Organizations Before Earth Regresses. November, Need Omnipotent Voices Engaging Masses, Bringing Educational Resources. December, Destroying Erected Confederate Emblems, Memorializing Brutal Evil Racists. Okay, so that's each month of the year. And I don't know if you guys are into oldies, but one of my favorite songs growing up was by Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers called Why Do Fools Fall in Love?
Yeah.
And I wrote a piece about that about 6 months ago, and I use a lot of oldies song references from like the 50s and 60s. And this piece is called A Question for Mr. Lyman. So tell me, Mr. Lyman, why do fools fall in love? Is it because a young girl is dying to have her heart broken by a flock of young birds who sing so gay to each other about their hormones, racing in a rush to see who will be the first to quickly race the 15-second orgasm inside her vagina with no G-strings attached? Please tell me, Mr. Lyman, why does the heart of a young boy skip a crazy beat in the midnight hour when he heard it through the grapevine while riding Long Tall Sally's Mustang? He knocked up Annie, Gloria, Lucille, and Maybelline at the same time. Oh, I forgot to mention how he fell for the oldest birth control trick in the book when sweet Georgia Brown told him she was on menopause. Now, Mr. Lyman, don't you think your question should have been asked a little differently? Like, why do fools fall in lust in a suicide attempt to find love? only to find themselves in a trap house as prisoners of their own flesh, putting up no defense against their sexual addictions. All the while, children are left behind as casualties of broken relationships. I tell you, Mr. Lyman, each night I say a little prayer for these young chickens to stop shacking up in coops and have a little more RESPECT for each other's bodies and their own. That these deadly roosters would stop prematurely shooting down the hen's eggs with secreted bullets before the chicks are ready to hatch. That the roosters and hens will not abort their financial and emotional responsibility to sustain life, be they remain together or part their separate ways. But I am still interested in hearing your response from a 13-year-old perspective. So, Mr. Lyman, tell me, why do fools fall in love? And my last piece, I wrote this about 6 months ago also, before Trump's sorry ass got out of office. So this piece is called Keyboard Warrior. You can call me a keyboard warrior, a revolutionary wordsmith, a professional code breaker, making an honest living off of unlocking passwords to freedom, liberty, and justice with countless usernames of Black men, women, and children gone but not forgotten. I hear their inner voices say, check the inbox to always remember me, hashtagging white supremacists of all colors and ethnicities in and out of uniform with semicolon cancer punching their numbered days, leaving imprinted question marks inside their heads, keeping the answer to myself until the day I pull the plug, ending their life sentences with a period. Afterward, I will verbally assassinate their characters with negative adjectives in front of nouns to make a perfectly clear exclamation point that all domestic terrorists have got to go. Examples in parentheses include, but are not limited to, pigs, politricksters, and President, you know whose name I will not say. As a sign of blatant disrespect to white supremacy, in conjunction with their obituaries, I would create tombstones in their dishonor, typing in question marks with caps lock 4 simple words: all Black lives matter. No slashes, no hyphens, no underscores necessary. Just enough space for us to proudly claim responsibility for burying the dry bones of a racist system 6 feet underground once and for all, to socially distance ourselves from this lifelong pandemic. P.S. If you ever experience trouble shooting down Trump's tower, please don't hesitate to give me a call. I will gladly assist you in rebooting your electronic devices free of charge to get the job done. In pieces.
Yeah, man, I love it. I love it. Oh man, you gave me that end transmission vibe. You know what I was feeling there, man, and in all those readings, you brought me back to like listening to the Last Poets. You ever get down listening to them?
Oh, I've listened to them plenty of times, and the Watts Prophets too.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love it. I'm glad you made it, and it's cool tracing back how everyone's the list is growing. You know, of how we're all connected. So, Abraham, really quick, man. You're new to a lot of us. How can we connect with you online, or do you have anything published, or you post stuff online that we can see more?
I don't have any works published yet. You know, I'm still working on my, building up my collection and typing up my stuff. So hopefully in the future.
Man. Send it out. It deserves to be in print. It really does.
Yes. But you can find me on Instagram at Poetically Incorrect 562. I post things on there pretty regularly. And you can also find me on Facebook at Poetically Incorrect. And I'll also put it in the chat.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, yeah. You just followed the page. I was like, all right, I'm drawing the connection now. I see the fate. All right, there you are. Yeah, man. I'm glad you found us.
Yeah, so I'll make it out here. You guys have these on every Mondays, right? I think.
Yeah, these are every Monday. So it's a perfect like little after party. Neil bounce here and hang out a little bit. Yeah, man.
Well,
cool.
I work days, so I'll definitely be by here on Mondays.
Nice, man. Nice. Good to have you. Thank you.
Good to be here. Thank you for your platform, brother.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's so fun. Oh man, I'm getting excited about like all your different styles and poems, like what everyone's bringing to the table. It really does feed me life. It gives me energy. It's not the coffee I've been drinking. It's you guys. It's your words. All right, let's see. Where are we at now? Man, that was fire from Abraham. What a debut here at this open mic. Okay, yo, we're gonna go to India. We got our friend Unmesh. He's gonna share some words. Much loved, much beloved poet. And yeah, I'm always happy he gets to make it on as well. So let's see. Where are you? We got to get you unmuted. Unmesh, welcome back to the open mic. How are you?
Richie. Hi everyone. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. How are
audible,
you?
audible and visible.
Okay, I'm looking for you. Oh, there you are. Okay, cool. And you're in the spotlight now.
Hey, nice.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm not looking that good, but still okay. So fine. This is the first one is called the toll of time. The toll of time. Some conflicts never end. Some differences never die. Some friction stays forever. Sometimes talking not enough, listening futile. Only hope is time, and time will tell the tale. Roll of the dice and the toll of the time. Roll of the dice and the toll of the time. This was the first one. Second one is called perfection. Perfection killed oceans of dreams. A crusade of failures, fear of perfection, aborted countless ideas in the womb. Bright minds lost shine, invisible deception, life a flight towards death. Start for something and reach somewhere. Stop called perfection is seen nowhere. Stop called perfection is seen nowhere. That was perfection. And the last one is called anger. Anger, ego, rage, lies, vicious cycle, dangerous mix. Your anger blended with ego converts into a rage, sprinkle some lies, furious volcano ignites, sizzling in your heart, burning the bridges and lives so dear, burning the bridges and lives so dear. So that was anger for you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
That was like the sweetest presentation of anger. I love the way you read, man.
Hey, Rich.
Yo,
Rich, can I say something about Unmesh?
Please.
I recently purchased his book on Amazon. I think it was on Amazon, and it's fantastic. It's mostly shorter poems, but you hear his voice when you're reading his stuff. It's such amazing words, and you should definitely get the information from Unmesh on how to buy his book because it's fantastic.
Thanks, General. Thanks. You made my day, my friend. Thank you very much.
So yes, a millionaire and buy a million books.
Yeah, I mean that was like the perfect ad. So how can we find it? And people watching right now on YouTube, for example.
Yeah, so my book is on Amazon Light Shadow Life, and if on Kindle Unlimited, it's free. And the Kindle version is $1.5 and the paperback is $4.5 or something. So I will ping the link. Please do try to buy and read it. I think I love that book. It's full of short poems, and with I tried to keep it in the end is mostly positive. I did it deliberately because at that time I needed it desperately. So sometimes you need to help yourself. Anyways, thanks guys, thanks friends. I think poetry is really important and it has kept me alive and kicking. Thanks a lot for your support. Thank you very much.
Oh man, thank you. Coming with a nice new background and everything too, looking slick. I know you were like acting like you were caught off guard. You're like, oh no, I'm not ready, and then you come with your awesome poems, man. I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna buy a copy, and I can't, honestly, guys, share your books, the links and everything. And if you guys are working on them, I can't wait to buy them and read them. That's one way we can definitely support if you guys got a little bit of extra cash lying around. And I always try and frame it this way. If there's like a certain vice you have, like you know, buy like you spend money on this one thing that maybe you overindulge in, you can withhold for a little bit and spend it on someone else, and it's definitely probably worth it, And so buy the book, check it out. We got the link set up right there in the Zoom chat. Yes, thank you, Mesh, for joining us. And you heard, and it was a perfect segue because that was the perfect ad, and it's also our next performer. You guys know him. He's the great connector. He's always sharing links and everything. We got always good, cool things going on with him, Mr. With his Franco Coups, I believe he calls them. Let's go and welcome to the stage, Generalissimo. Yes, sir. Welcome back, Brian.
Gracias, Don Marrufo.
All right.
Of those that you don't know, he is the head. Oh, he is the head of the El Paso Mafia, but he won't admit to it. So it's the truth. I do have a new haiku for everyone. All the dust bunnies from under the bed have moved to the ceiling fan. This is a brand new poem. It's a bit harsh. It's called When You Don't Know All Your Words Are Tattooed to Your Face. You told me my house was made of straw and you were the big bad wolf. Your words were hurricane force winds that blew my house down. I grew my next crop of hay in red clay so my next home could resist you. Then your words were made of fire and my charred skin broke off, revealing a leathery elephant hide that was heat and flame-proof. So you decided to let your words spit acid in my face, but the tears that rolled over the hardened scars on my cheeks learned to repel it. All your words, even when you try to be nice, are laced with ruinous disdain, but when you speak at others, you are actually talking to yourself. Wind has permanently mussed your hair, leaving you unkempt looking. Fire has singed your eyebrows, permeating your warped conscience with the putrid aroma of burnt human hair. All that acid you consumed has etched nooks and crannies into your soul that can only be filled with regret. Welcome to the mirror you have chosen to live in. And this is a bit of an older piece that I did a while back in a workshop somewhere. It's called Sure You Can Afford the Gas Bill, but think of the energy you'll save. There are times when it's best to stay quiet and say nothing. When you exercise your well-honed expertise in gaslighting, it's often when I refuse to react to an obvious goat-getting comment. When you change a subject out of the blue that has no relevance to a conversation and has the sole purpose of button pushing, I have to weigh whether to tell you that my buttons are on my clothes and my belly button is attached to my belly. Anyone who thinks it's okay to push my buttons without my permission has another thing coming. Don't announce to the rest of the world that I need to calm down or not get excited because I refuse to acknowledge the baseball bat you have fashioned into your tongue. There is no human mouth that wouldn't bleed if a baseball bat were inserted into it, yet you do it to yourself when you connect propane tanks to your words and actions to light up the sky that is any conversation you are part of, converting it to a spectator sport of which you are the only competitor. When I attend a baseball game, I prefer to watch without distraction, maybe squirt mustard onto a soft pretzel delivered by a teenager carrying a styrofoam ice chest, because it's okay to just watch sometimes. Try it, you might like it. That's all I have for everyone today. And gracias.
Oh man, those words today, made me verbally like react out loud to them a couple times. Insane lines, man. I'm happy that you come here and get to share some of your work, as always. So Generalissimo. Yeah. Nice background. You got some beats, right?
These are radishes.
Radishes. I'm sorry. I was confused with this online conversation the other day. Yeah, radishes. Rad poetry. Cool,
Time
man.
Spicy beats.
Right. I was just thinking of the beats from never mind. Bad jokes. Spicy
Well,
apples.
if you get to the root of it, it's whatever you want it to be.
Hell yeah, man. So how can we
That's a
connect with
pun.
you online? Yeah. I like it. We gotta do a pun night. That might be a fun night. Anyway, or maybe a bad one.
So yes, I am at Brian Ira Franco on Facebook, and on Instagram it's GNRLSMO, and I will certainly put that into the chat right now. So thank you.
Cool, man. GNR. Yeah, awesome. Generalissimo. Thanks, man. The Franco Coos. Check him out online, follow him, and be kept up to date with all the good stuff. Let me go ahead and switch out that cam. It's being a little finicky again, but it's all good. It's all good. Awesome. So let's keep going, guys. What do we have up next? Awesome. Yeah. All right, we're gonna stick around. So Generalissimo joined us from Maine. We're gonna go to New Jersey. We got Nick Paleologos, or has his name, it says there, Paleo flows so hard. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's hear that flow. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Paleologos to the stage.
Hello, everyone. How are we all doing today? I hope everyone's very well. So I did tell Rich already that I have some new shit for you guys. Performed this on Saturdays at Marissa's event, and I also got to shout out Marissa too as well for. Yes, I have to shout out Marissa because of her, I'm here, and I performed this at her open mic on Saturday. I edited a little bit too. This one's called "Guess I'm a Pirate Now." Loneliness is an island isolated from inclusion, trapped on there with stones unmoved by fleas, no shelter from the hurricanes, watching waterspouts tangle to get ashore, to only fail to blow back to civilization. A pirate ship can actually save a straggler. Pirates do come angry and smelly, but they are they are always looking for people to come along, sail the 7 seas to see the shore, drink rum until numb. This pirate crew is far from angry. That took me in. They sailed from Panama to J.B. Jones's locker to Europe and Asia, chopping rough waters into land, and no need Captain Jack to spare arrows to naval infantries, taking one piece of treasure to bury the insecurities and infidelities, loop up this yacht to steer to a Jolly Roger romp, not Bermuda Triangle torture. I'm not here to be vain. We all know Blackbeard became Graybeard quick when his Queen Anne sunk and eventually beheaded. Pirate life doesn't last too long. Anne Bonny's death was an anomaly, while Mary Read was in her prison dead, as pirates continue to pillage everything until it's a monopoly that never came to be. A pirate's life is for me. You see, we fight back against the tyranny of today. We will still sail the 7 seas because the journey is an open world adventure, and we will keep sailing until days turn stars, and when stars gain our lights. Guess I'm a pirate now, because I'd rather sail on a journey with people that give a shit than be stranded again. That was the first one. Let's see here. I got 2 more for you guys. This one is one of my newer ones I made. I just formed this at New York. This one's called God's Aspiring Intellectual Amazement. My favorite woman is a woman who is polyamorous, caught between both spectrum of the evil and kind. She's domestically abused and healed at the same time. She is polluted and pollinated. Her brothers take turns to punish yet miss the mark, looking at the X's and O's, yeses and no's, seeing which ones to punish next. They annex the next without regard. They know that everyone is going to eventually hurt her, so they put on the full court press, manipulating peripheral maps with mist, manifest fogging, flailing fissures, tornadoing, train wrecking travel, hurricanes hurtling humans. My favorite woman has a vessel colossal, her spirit pure, her scent always passing over like satellites, and it's a feeling in the air that endures. She grows like dandelions, moves swift like the wind. She is hindered with the weeds, drilled and dug to see how deep her knowledge and history was and still is. We constantly make her hair fall out, for we as humans are her cancer. She gives us food as her maiden Virgo does for her. Plenty of air to ram into our lungs. She's tough like Taurus. She is a gem and I adore her. She stings like a scorpion. She is an effervescent aquarium of all of us and our emotions and actions. She is fierce as a Leo and looks damn graceful when she dances with you all lifelong. Holding her Libra scale in balancing of Pisces, fish, and Capricorn goats in her other hand, it's Sagittarius's bow and arrows, sending love to night sky, making subliminal supernovas. Her walk is icy and scorching. She is the literal spirit of what beauty is, inside, outside, and an aura. And she still holds her looks to be young forever while raising billions and trillions of children. You can love her for what she is. You can't lust for her because she has got the receipt on us from dusk to dawn, days and nights. If you think she is loose, you're dead wrong. She is someone's daughter. More importantly, she's the mother we all share. Gaia, know her name. Take care of us as she has done. Take care of her as she has done for us. Because she's getting sick from our obnoxious caustic gas, and we need to ventilate her, rehabilitate our habits, annihilate the hate, and get her back to her old self. She is dying and doesn't want us to switch her off life support. She wants us to grow with her. Ready or not, get ready to cultivate, or you'll be gravestoned deep into her memory for another worthy of her love. All right, last one right here. Costume change time real quick. I always have one rule whenever I do this piece. I have to do it with the football jersey on. Let's do it. For Black History Month. I know it's a little late, but I debuted this on Wednesday with my boy Midnight to help me out with this. Shout out to him for this one. No title. It's 2nd and 10 from the Cardinals' 35-yard line. Steve McNair in the single back formation, 2 receivers to his left, tight end to his right. Aaron McNair drops back, play action, pressure coming. He escapes and he's running up the middle, down the sideline, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Oilers. Aaron McNair has taken the breath away from the crowd, and Houston seals the deal. But Aaron McNair wasn't the first Black quarterback to play in the NFL. It was Fritz Pollard in 1920. From Fritz came Shaq Harris over 40 years later, and it wasn't until the days became Warren Moon to shine under the starry-eyed Sunday and Monday night lights and moonshine eyes, throwing moonshots that traveled beyond galaxies and ran longer than moonlight on the bay, all the way to the Hall of Fame. From Moon came a new era that featured Randall Cunningham and Dante Culpepper. Both went into the Inferno and walked out heroes. The torch went to Cam Newton and then by law landed on the laps of Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. There are still criticisms that the Black quarterback has to deal with, such as trying to be converted into something they aren't, having to handle twice the criticisms as white quarterbacks will ever face. Scouts try to convince Jackson to be a running back. Doug Williams had the slowest 40-yard dash time. No one was the lowest paid quarterback in his era. Deshaun Watson was made to be like the bad guy for asking for a trade. How can you have a league that's 70% Black and not even a third of the starting quarterbacks? How come they are judged so harshly and slandered for making the same mistakes that other quarterbacks make? The NFL still has a racism issue, and the fans, well, at least some of them, still can't wrap the idea of a Black quarterback into their psyche, like what happened to Colin Kaepernick for raising the issues of modern America kept underground when he knelt, fans turned away, and the league did as well. There may be more starters than 100 years ago. That doesn't mean the problem dissipated. To you, the practice squad, the backup, the starter, and the champion. Keep the torch going. There's more greatness to be had and stigmas to disprove. Young Kings, go rip it the league open and rebuild it better than it ever was. End poems.
Oh man, yes, drop that notebook, dude.
I can't get enough of
love
hearing
that
those
poem.
pieces, man.
Yeah, right. Damn, today was a lot of people's lucky day and getting to hear that for the first time and then getting to hear it again if you had before. freaking amazing, Nick. As always,
Yeah, I
man.
like the Gaia piece too. I think that could refer to a lot of different women, man. My mother, my sister, my wife.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, killer set. Absolutely, man. Nick, yo, how can we connect with you online? People who are like tuning in maybe for the first time and wanna follow more of your work and stuff.
You can always follow me at the Real Nick P on Instagram. That's TheRealNickP on Instagram. Also, I am currently working on getting a couple books out there too as well. I know everyone's getting their books out there too as well and everything. I've been in a few anthologies too. And also, one more thing before I go. Buy this book right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is from one of our people who are from New York. His name is Luis Pabon. It's on Amazon. I just bought this and I started reading this. This shit is freaking insane. You guys need to read this like yesterday. You guys need to read this like yesterday. I'll drop those details in the chat too as well.
Yeah.
Richie, thank you so much for having me, man. Been a pleasure, guys. Much love, everyone.
Dude, thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Since most of us, I'm assuming most of us are progressive, and a lot of us want to sell books and things and commerce. What is our best alternative to Amazon? Because Amazon is crap, and we know it.
Yeah.
Are there better? What are other venues that we have?
Yeah. What's worked best for some of you guys?
I came across a publisher site. I think it's called Nomadic Press.
Okay.
Not too long ago, actually, a brother named Norm Mathematics had just recently published a book about almost 2 weeks ago called Black Calculus. I ordered the book, but I haven't gotten it yet. So I think I believe it's an African-American publishing company, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But it's called Nomadic Press.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have a lot of published works by African-Americans.
Okay.
Yeah. Nomadic Press does everybody. They're out of they're out of Oakland, and they have an amazing Friday night open mic. They have a Facebook page. You go there, go to the events, and you can sign on to the open mic. But Marissa has started her own publishing company. I think it's called Red and Green or something.
Red or Green.
READ, Red or Green. And but if you just contact Marissa, and I know that she'll let people put their own self-published books onto her Word is Right website. So I think there's a lot of people that let you put your information on their websites. I know Marissa is one of them, and I'm sure there are other people who do it. So that's another option if you don't want the cuts that Amazon takes from your stuff. I haven't published my own book yet, but I'm hoping to within the next year. So
yeah. That no, that's an excellent question. That's why I was willing to kind of put a little bookmark there on the open mic and definitely look up for the local publishers, or hit up someone like Marissa who just started that Red or Green Books. Awesome website, by the way. I checked it out the other day. Very cool team behind you. And also you can also just do it your way where you send books yourself to people. I know Robin Schofield, who reads here every now and then, I know we'll send you a book if you email her. So I mean, there's a lot of options. We can talk about this more too in the after party. If you guys don't know, one of the things we do at this open mic is after everyone's performed, we end the live stream and we just kind of hang out in the Zoom chat for a little bit, just to slow things down and catch up and have conversations about anything and everything. It varies. It's different every time, and it's a lot of fun, but I'd love to talk about that more. And of course, if anyone has any suggestions, just throw that in the chat, and we can continue that there. Let's go ahead and continue though. We got more people. I want to make sure we got everyone on the mic and get their time tonight, and so we don't take too long. But next up, we're gonna go to Cleveland. I love that he's been coming more regularly now. We have the urban cowboy poet, UBC, up in the place to be. Let's go and welcome him to the stage. Yeah, I see everyone there snapping on the cam, showing some love and welcoming you to the place. Welcome.
I'm unmuted. Hi.
Yeah, there you are.
I'm in Cleveland now, but I hope to get out of here. This is the first time I've been, February, I've been stuck in Ohio in the last 10 years or something. Usually winter, I get the heck out of here. But I got an appointment for my shot, and then I'm leaving. Trying to remember what legends I've done on this, what urban legends. But this one I know I haven't done. Chess Master Disaster. Every Russian boy who ain't a fool is taught to play some chess. Nikolai Titov, just out of school, is thought to be the best. Fans followed him on his journey towards becoming a grand master to this most important tourney, not suspecting a disaster. Nick was leading the championship, which lasted 7 days. Every pair of kibitzers' lips was singing Titov's praise. The way he moved his rooks and queens and pushed his pawn phalanx, opponents felt like they was being scorched by Russian tanks. He jumps his knights around with joy until checkmate he forces. You can tell that Moscow boy must truly love his horses. He'll earn the GM title if he can win this game. Otherwise, this night will only bring chagrin and shame. Chess clocks were ticking. Last round started after dinner. Smart money was picking Nikolai to be the winner. He didn't want his sweat to show. His opponent sat there grinning. Titov faced his toughest foe, the dread Sergei Dobrynin. As Nikolai began the bout, he seemed in the groove, not hassled. He calmly brought his pieces out. On the 7th move, he castled. He played the way he'd won all week, opening files and setting traps. But in a while, his game looked bleak. His position had collapsed. He'd studied rival strategies till his eyes were sore, but this one employed gadgetry he'd never seen before. Normally, he'd be crushing, even though he's playing black. This time, white was rushing to a fierce kingside attack. Nikolai felt pressure that he prayed he could keep hidden. Sergei grinned like a Cheshire cat who did something forbidden. Nick's pieces have no place to go. Where had he gone wrong? That sneering, sniveling, evil foe has locked him in Zugzwang. Usually, Titov's domination of all the 64 forced opponents' resignation when they couldn't take no more. This here game was causing him dismay and consternation. Danger loomed in Titov's brain, fraught with overconcentration. Steam rose in him from toe to crown, brain circuits overloaded. He turned green, then sickly brown. Then his head exploded. Kerplow! Or some Russian word for a loud explodey sound. Now that awful noise was heard at every board around. Then his brain began to splatter. The chessboard was a fright. Gooey gobs of gray matter amidst the black and white. Sergei gave no reaction. He just sat there in shock. In a rare show of compassion, he switched off Titov's clock. Like Rembrandt's strokes, they say he moved. His art was pushing wood. But Russian folks say Titov proved too smart for his own good. The match to watch, the TV said, but it turned out disgusting. No one wants to deal with heads spontaneously combusting. Dr. Martinenko, brain expert, presented his diagnosis. Nikolai had suffered hypercerebral electrosis. Don't think too hard, just take it slow, or this could happen to you. The Weekly World News said so, so you know it must be true. Thank you. I got a brand new one that's really short. I'll probably fit it in. New shit, if I remember it. The 80s saw a deadly trend amongst fashion-minded teens who didn't know the danger of their shrink-to-fit jeans. This started with a billboard. Levi's modeled by a hunk who wore them in the bathtub till his jeans outlined his junk. Teens thought this new skin-tight look would enhance their reputation. They found out that their shrinking pants cut off their circulation. They planned get-togethers with music, food, and cakes, but couldn't make it to the party with no blood going to their legs. One hottie bought the tightest pair of jeans that she could find, then soaked them to the limit just to show off her behind. She was proud that she was fit and into dancing and athletics, till she had to have her 501 scraped off by paramedics. Thieves craved about this new sexy style in every other breath. Parents feared this obsession would lead to their kid's death. The couple told their daughter about a tale of a boy who died. The girl, like all teens everywhere, assumed her parents lied. They don't want me looking hot, so they made up this fiction. Her cause of death was listed as crushing pant constriction. Still want to wear them in the bath? Go ahead, you might get lucky. A short shower would be much safer. Leave the tub to rubber ducky. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Yes, yes. I love it. Before I had some comments, but how can people watching on YouTube right now follow your YouTube channel? I know you have one.
Yeah, the YouTube channel, and I'm on Facebook. Urban Cowboy Poetry.
Awesome, man.
If you get any good ideas for me, I got my email there too.
Love it. Yeah, I love the urban legends. Like I've always been fascinated with that, and it takes me back.
If you know one that you want me to do, just send me an email.
Oh yeah, perfect idea.
One.
Awesome. I got to think of some cool ones.
Yeah.
And there's some really good. There's always really good regional ones too. So we gotta.
Yeah,
I got a couple.
We got the Lake Erie Monster here. I haven't done that one yet.
Next time.
There's a local. No, I haven't written it, but there's regional ones like you say.
Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking up of a couple right now. I'll email you because I got that saved there on the screen. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. And yes, there you go, Lee. Absolutely. I agree. Let's get that going. Okay, so check it out. I meant to say this last couple times you've performed, but one of my all-time favorite things to do is to like get away from it all and just go camping out in the woods. I'm always mystified by the starlit sky, away from city lights and campfires, and just the peace I guess it brings, the inner peace. But I think it'd be so cool to do a camping trip with poets, campfire poems. You know what I'm saying? That'd be really fun. It'd be really interesting. I feel like it'd be kind of like when we do that party and just kind of talk and chat, and we could do some writing and stuff. So we bring out the acoustic guitar, and that's one of my dreams and goals for the near future, doing like a poetry getaway camping trip somewhere we can all link up. So keep that in the back of your minds, all right, guys? And we can start planning something. What's that?
The Peyote Gardens.
Yeah. Today's worked out so perfectly where that I know who that was, and you're actually next. Did you know that? We got Mr. Tesosomok back. We missed you last week. It's still cool you showed up a little bit and listened in, but I missed what you said right now. But let's go ahead and welcome back to the stage Tesosomok.
I said that we should go camping in the Peyote Gardens, then we'll have lots of stories.
I mean, some of it was there in the words implied.
All right, can you hear me? All right,
Yes.
I have one in Spanish and two in English, so let's rock and roll. Pandemia. Viejo río, ese viejo río, él debe saber algo, pero no dice nada, él sigue rodando, sigue rodando. Él no planta papas, él no siembra algodón, y esas plantas pronto se olvidan, pero viejo río, él sigue rodando. Se acerca un punto potencial para una restauración, pero estamos escuchando el mantra de un regreso a una normalidad nostálgica. Ese pasado mítico que nunca realmente existió, pero muy publicitado por los vendedores ambulantes de la pasión y los expertos putridos. el posicionamiento de la minoría envuelta al final de la producción, legitimando el juego del lobo, de tomar su mordisco tiránicamente. Los pendejos pandémicos empujando para volver a abrir sus oligarquías extractivas en su supuesta paranoia de perder una ganancia a expensas de tu vida esencial. La clase reestructurada de expertos que sostiene el gobierno de la minoría y justifican los supuestos especuladores necesitan enterrar a sus ancianos y camaradas eruditos y continuar actuando en contra de los intereses de la gente común. Si bien esta toma histórica nacional tiene su ontología a través de la democracia de Aristóteles, esa es la república teórica de la propiedad. Si no tienes ninguno, no eres nadie. La plutocracia pandémica está lista para desalojarlos de su república. Atrás quedó la meritocracia de los pensacosimodemis, hombres de los 500 fanegas, que podrían servir como generales, o los ipeis, que podían servir como caballeros, los eguteis, los labradores que poseían al menos una bestia de carga, y el humilde teces, los obreros manuales como tú y yo. La vida desnuda del trabajador esencial. La aristocracia ya capitalizó la paranoia pandémica, llenaron sus arcas de capital de los 98 billones de riquezas de los hogares en manos de 20% de los más ricos, basado en la Oficina Nacional de Investigaciones Económicas. Mientras te matan de hambre en tu casa, mientras te enfurrañas en la ansiedad existencial, desempleados mientras se lamentan si te mereces un pésimo cheque de 1,400. No te enamores de la máquina de los deseos que te obliga a exigir el totalitarismo invertido, el sistema donde las corporaciones rompen la democracia y la subversen, donde la economía se convierte la mejor política, donde el mantra fallido se nombra, tiene que ser una solución impulsada por el mercado. Consume todos los recursos naturales y los seres vivos se mercantilizan y se explotan por grandes corporaciones hasta el punto del colapso, como exceso de consumismo, el sensacionalismo de arrulla, y no manipula a entregar nuestras libertades y nuestra participación en la gubernamentalidad. Debemos de poseer que la nostalgia de la normalidad nos convirtió en el contagio. Somos el virus virulento, la causa cancerosa. El problema de decir cuándo las cosas vuelvan a la normalidad significa que no reanudaremos vida normal por un tiempo. Algunas cosas han cambiado permanentemente. Abandona los días de suspirar para volver a la normalidad. Esto no va a ser como un interruptor de luz que se enciende y se apaga. Las cosas han cambiado irrevocablemente. Esos despedidos temporales se han convertido en pérdidas permanentes de empleo. Bienvenido al imperio del reciclaje. El 60% de las pequeñas empresas han desaparecido. No habrá ninguna disputa familiar con la pérdida de más de 500,000 de nuestros seres queridos. El malestar de nuestra melancolía permanecerá de nuestro irreconciliable remordimiento y expiación. Seremos atrapados en la paradoja de Stockdale, como la experiencia del prisionero de guerra. El almirante Stockdale observó que sus compañeros prisioneros de guerra, a quienes les fue emocionalmente, fueron los que se dieron cuenta que podrían estar viviendo en un cautiverio durante mucho tiempo. Mientras aquellos que eran prisioneros demasiado optimistas, quienes depositaron sus esperanzas en ser liberados, se derrumbaron. ¿Cómo tomamos el adagio de Heráclito? Ningún hombre jamás pisa el mismo río dos veces, porque no es el mismo río y él no es el mismo hombre. Nos quedamos uniéndonos al himnario del río viejo, largo río viejo que sigue escuchando esta canción. Tú y yo sudamos y nos esforzamos, todo el cuerpo dolorido y atormentado por el dolor. Jala esa barca, levanta esas pacas, emborracharse un poco y aterrizas en la cárcel. La realidad es que lo normal no funcionó para muchos de nosotros. Okay, first English one. Pandemia. Old man river, that old man river, he must have known something, but don't say nothing. He's just keeping it rolling. He keeps on rolling along. Don't plant taters. He don't plant cotton, ain't damn plantums, and soon forgotten, but old man river, he's keeping rolling along. As the potential for a restorative point approaches, we're hearing the mantra of a return to a nostalgic normalcy, that mythical past that never really existed, but highly advertised by the passion peddlers and the putrid pundits. The positioning of the minority rule back at the end of the production, legitimizing the wolf's game of tyrannically taking its bite. The pandemic pendejos pushing to reopen their extractive oligarchies in their putative paranoia of missing out on a profit at the expense of your essential life. The restructured class of experts who prop up the minority rule and justify the putative profiteers need to bury their age and learned comrades and continue to act against the interests of the common people. While this national historical taking has its ontology via Aristotle's democracy, that is the national republic of property, if you ain't got any, you ain't nobody. The pandemic plutocracy is ready to evict you from your republic. Long gone is the meritocracy of the Pentacosim Demi, men of the 500 bushels who could serve as generals, the Hepais who could serve as knights, the Segutate, the tillers who own at least one beast of burden, and the lowly thetas, the manual laborers like you and I, the bare life of essential worker. The aristocracy has already capitalized the pandemic paranoia and gorged their capital coffers of the 98 trillion of household wealth held by the richest 20% based on the National Bureau of Economic Research, while they starve you out at home, while you sulk in the existential anxiety, unemployed, while they lament if you deserve a lousy $1,400 check. Don't fall for the desiring machine that coerces you into demanding the inverted totalitarianism, the system where corporations corrupted and subverted democracy, where economics becomes the best politics, where the failed mantra of it has to be a market-driven solution consumes every natural resource, and living beings are commoditized and exploited by large corporations to the point of collapse. As excess consumerism and sensationalism lull and manipulate us into surrendering our liberties and our participation in governmentality. We must own that the nostalgic normalcy turned us into the contagion. We are the virulent virus, the cancerous cause. The problem with saying when things get back to normal means we won't resumed regular life for a while, some things have changed permanently. Abandon the days of pining for getting back to normal. They ain't gonna be like a light switch you turn on and off. Things have irrevocably changed. Those temporary layoffs have become permanent job losses. Welcome to the empire of retraining. 60% of small businesses have disappeared. There won't be any family feud with the loss of over 500,000 of our loved ones. The malaise of our melancholia will linger from our irreconcilable remorse and atonement. We will be caught in the Stockdale paradox like the prisoners of war experience. Admiral Stockdale observed that his fellow POWs who fared well emotionally were the ones who realized they could be living in captivity for an exceedingly long time, while those that were overly optimistic prisoners who pinned their hopes on being released fell apart. As we take the adage from not the same man, we are left to join the hymnal of Old Man River. Long old river keeps hearing that song, you and me, sweating and straining, body aching, racked with pain. Tote that barge, lift that bale, get a little drunk, you end up in jail. The reality is, normal wasn't working for many of us.
Damn. All right. Oh man.
I think that's long enough, Rich.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate both what you did there with both so good. We gotta feature that. All you guys do it. Coming through, man. Wow. Class, as we like to say, class was now in session, you know. But really quick, I know you have your personal stuff and your book, which we definitely, if you haven't gotten, you should check out and support as well. It's Gashes, right? And would you like to talk about
Yes.
that, and also the Pandemic Poets group?
Absolutely. So folks can purchase my book on Amazon. It's really accessible, and it gets delivered. And also, if you want to join the Pandemic Poets on Facebook, we curate a lot of the open readings and lots of interesting topics related to the poetic life. As Eddie, Mr. Fireman, likes to say, poetastic. So thank you very much. So thank you for listening to that. I hope you enjoyed both the Spanish and the English.
Muy bueno, Senor Turmo.
Totally. I
That
mean,
was amazing, man.
each one works so well, like on its own. So hearing them back to back like that was really nice. I gotta go listen back to both of them once again. But I love what you did with them. Cool. So we're gonna go from LA back to El Paso, or as some of us like to say, Chuco Town. We got some of our fire El Paso poets up next. We got kicking things off with Denise Signs. Welcome back. I just want to say everything, but unless your words do the talking. Denise, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you guys.
Okay. I gotta find you. There you are. Okay, cool. Hi.
Hi everyone. Okay, so I have some new shit, and I have some new shit that's new for you, but not new for me because it's
new shit. No shit.
Okay, this one's called
No shit.
It's new shit. Okay, this one's called America. The land of the free comes at a cost that only the poor pay, sent off to fight a war against an axis of evil, waged on innocent people. They didn't even have the right to vote for their dictator, yet we plant bombs in their gardens. America, America, where corporations can gain billions, as millions become homeless and thousands lose their lives. 2,000 turns to 1,400, turns to bombing Syria and placing more families in cages. always the lesser of two evils, yet always evil. Cops are still doing their gang shit, murdering and walking free, protect and serving their own masters, while we fight amongst ourselves about who deserves the thin slice of this artificially flavored American pie. They send the poor to fight their wars, the system of a downward spiral, raising generations of unstable men who only know how to throw fits and fists, separating families in more places than just the border. A prison system that relies on the failing education system to birth more slaves. How many grew up with a parent behind a glass? A legacy of incarcerating dreams. Dreamers are not the only ones chasing the American dream. We are all you, and you are all. Everyone working 9 to 5 to survive to the next 9 to 5 decades of wake up, shit, work, shit, eat, sleep, and repeat. Working for the weekends, the new game, the trip to Cancun to flee the freeze that just froze most of your constituents. Out of sight, out of mind, I guess. We don't matter till it's election time, I guess. It's cool to flee to Mexico when America is going through a crisis. Just don't let those Mexicans in. They'll start riots. The US of A, where we need to be patriots to raid and protest the Capitol. Unlucky for us, we are only citizens who care about each other. Instead of the bottom line of American corporations, I'm sorry, did you think immigration was meant to deter drugs and organized crime? Just excuse the billions raked in every year by the private detention centers, making more money off the forgotten youth than the prison system. Don't make connections between board members and their former roles. As head of departments of defense, as Department of Defense directors, ex-head of US Marshals and Immigration Custom Enforcement. They own the very security companies that are hired in conjunction with their government contracts to feed 3 bologna sandwiches a day to young and old, babies and abuelos. Less than $1 a day to feed, and they still bill us $140 a day per detainee. Home of the brave essential workers that Congress keeps telling don't deserve $15 an hour. How much are you worth to your country? Ask not what you can do for your country. Ask how much your country does for you as it idly sits by and watches its citizens die in a pandemic, in a war, in the streets, at church, during a sermon, during your trip to the grocery store, having to use your body to protect your baby from live fire. Now you get to see them take pictures with Trump from heaven. They still won't make stricter gun laws because people who have never lived in fear of getting asked, where they're from, while we walk the very streets of our neighborhood, because the people who hold guns to my throat say there is no gun problem. I'm the problem. An educated brown woman with too much fire in her veins and not enough tact. I'll keep spreading the gospel of these United States until I'm shot down or the people have risen to take up the call. This isn't the America sung about in songs or praised about in books. It's the America that makes poets rant on incessantly about all its problems while leaving out any solutions. Thank you. That was my first one.
Oh man. Whoa. Hold on. That was fire emoji. Dropping them, dropping fire emoji, fire emoji.
America couldn't handle that shit.
My God. My God.
Oh,
Mm,
yeah.
yes, go the hell in.
It's been a long few years, guys. It's been a long life. Let's put it that way. But this next, hopefully, shows a solution. This next one, it's called Armageddon. It's all in how you perceive it. Okay. I've lost the ability to breathe. My lungs no longer take in any oxygen. There is none left. Deep breaths leave me empty and aching, clinging to a life I am not sure I even want to live. Numbing my fingertips on the cold ground, I wish to feel again. My skin keeps shedding. Every new one I keep rejecting. Nothing is ever good enough anymore. The pursuit of happiness has led me here, this wasteland, drowning in money. Warmth only found at the purchase of the newest gadget. They said it would find me love. They promised my heart in a box. I'll buy the air I need for my lungs, which keep sticking to my ribs. Water, such a luxury. Only me and my friends can afford. My thirst is only quenched when I drink in front of those who don't have a dime to spend on a drop, and they are nowhere to be found. They no longer care for the lights on the street, those neon signs inviting them to give me their paycheck. The factories are cold and absent. Just like the darkness behind my eyes, I can no longer see. There is no one to look at struggling in tragedy. What am I to do with all this gold if I have no one to try to steal it from me, beg me for it, sell their souls to me for it? I've traveled the world in my jet, hoping for someone to try to shoot me down so I can use the missiles I planted on the ground. They are not flowering. They are not blooming, laying in their coffin, waiting for the second coming. Where are you, peasants? Your Majesty can no longer hold the crown on its head if you no longer seek the riches in its gems, if you no longer seek to be saved by its crosses. Where is my power if I have no one to control? Why have you forsaken me and left me to die? Where have you gone? Why do you now seek knowledge when I can fill your minds with instant gratification? No need for thinking. Why do you wish to work for one another for free when you can work for me and get paid in debt? Please don't let me wither away. I need your subservience. I need your call for war. How dare you refuse to be part of my army? Now I have no one to protect the castle you all have built with the blood and sweat of your ancestors. All their sacrifice, the back-breaking labor, the years of conditioning, the time it spent to make them happy consumers, all wasted. Won't someone lust for the false reality I can entrap you in? Won't someone keep my greed alive? Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah. Denise. Yo, unmute yourselves. Make some noise. Oh my God. What a
fire.
Oh, and damn.
Sorry, I couldn't find my
blood and
English.
hellfire.
I was like struggling for breath there.
felt that. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, felt that. I felt it.
So good. Full of bars, knowledge, swag.
That was
pain,
good.
Goddess, just all of it. It was beautiful. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
wasn't it?
And thank you so much.
Ooh.
I enjoyed every
Like
word of
that.
that one.
Yeah, yeah. Soak in all that love. It's deserved, you know. It's there.
I love it. Oh, thank you.
And
Yeah.
You feel
Wow.
me? Like content was substance. Yes, it was.
Yes,
so good.
right?
Yeah, no, shout out to
Thank you.
it goes so well, like after Teslo's pieces, and then coming on and like man, you get
yeah, that's why
killing
when
it.
I was hearing him, I was hearing Tesoso, I was like, dope, it's gonna match. Nice.
Thematically, yeah.
So,
Oh
yeah.
man, yeah. Poets ranting. That's what we're doing. So how people like are hearing you for the first time and falling in love with your words? How can they continue to hear them and support you online?
I forgot my paper this time, but if you just search my name, Denise Science, on Facebook, you'll find me. I'll put my Instagram on the chat. But yeah.
There you go. Awesome. Yeah, love on the YouTube live stream as well. So for sure, check that out.
I will.
Yes. Thank you, Denise. Oh man, that's a lot to feast on, you know, and I always say it, but these poems are encapsulated in time on our YouTube channel. So you can go back and hear all these poems again, which I love. One of the many silver linings that's come out of this is that we have an archive now of all our shows, this show, all our past shows, and any future show. You can go on our YouTube channel, Barbed Open Mic series, and you know, relive that and soak it in if you need to. Earlier, you know, Poet Con still has her hand raised up there in the chat, and I was just in my mind, because I think her cam was off, I was just envisioning, you know, putting your hand up and soaking it all in, a little poet synthesis, if you will, you know, bringing in all that stuff there. So, all right, let's keep this going. Let's keep it going. We're gonna keep it rolling. In fact, we're gonna stick in El Paso. As you know, we always get a little something old, something new, something borrowed, and always blue, but we love them. We got Lee MS up on the stage. Lee, back in the house. Lee, how are you?
Good. Hey.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you. So my something new is super short, so I'm gonna do 2 old stuff, 1 new stuff, and then something borrowed, of course. So this one is an old stuff. It's called Árbol, or tree. Light skin, white skin, should I skin my skin and let the blood pool under my naked feet, set it up for close inspection to determine my genes that I know nothing about? There's nothing to claim, reclaim, regain, lost long ago and erased, renamed, retraced in hopes of finding answers, but found revision parts of the site I never knew, and romanticized parts of the plundering past, the branches that grew me passed on to me. So that leaves the question of who am I and where do I come from? Will I pass nothing to the canopy of generations who share the blood of unholy and revered ghosts? Will I understand this blood and tie down its magic to a land I have never stepped foot in, or instead feel naked feet burning with the touch of asphalt and the longing to know who, what am I, and why, where am I going under the glowing lights of this desert, and where has this blood been spilled? And I trace, stare in the mirror in hopes of finding a semblance of the names I never knew, the India Washishil, the abuelita who was some sort of Indian erased, but now in the embrace of the little percentage of us that I know, and how much of us I want to know. Whisper its meaningfulness to the deaf ears of the 3 that birthed us, faltering leaps on the canopy, only capable of seeing the roots when they finally wither. The likes of me wandered off the rod climbing up our branches, while the others, carried by the wind, let themselves go. But not anymore. Not one more name of me, of them, of us will be erased from the almanacs of our history. Call me historian, scholar, time traveler, carrier of half-real, half-imagined stories of who, what, where, and why. Was number 1. And this one, I read it last week, so it's technically still kind of new, but here it goes. Long title. When I say I don't want to work anymore, I mean I don't want to throw away my life in a meaningless 8 to 5 just to survive. That's the title, and here it goes. Sorry, there you go. How can I help you out today? It is the unfamiliar voice softly dripping from my lips and into their ears for me. It is the fake smile, teeth in full display, hoping to guide the conversation in a favorable way for me. Minutes ago, I cried profanities to the emergency exit, coarse voice and rage words echoing through all 9 circles of hell, announcing my presence on the fort. How can I bend over backwards for you today? It's the mask slipping between the time that passes and the one that's stagnant for me. It's the ways I throw away my mental health to satisfy the written terms I signed off in hopes of affording to live longer than the day by day for me. Minutes from now, I will find myself again crying away the rage on the 4th floor emergency door of this hellscape, only to explain away my swollen eyes and blame it on the asbestos of the building. It's the all-knowing, shit-eating, fake-ass grin and hollow blue eyes staring darts from across the desk for me. It's the "we are family" lie while I scramble to leave aside what little humanity is allowed to meet the quota, sign the contract, sign their lives for me. Excuse me, the mask has fallen and I don't feel like putting it back on. Don't feel like zoning out at another meeting, another call, and throw away what little is left so I can subsist. Whew. Okay, so that was to something else. And then the something new, it's very short, but here it is. It's called Love Language. Habré de decir tu nombre tras el ritmo incesante de tu pulso. Un susurro que no lograrán escuchar mis oídos. Habré de decir te amo cuando yazcas quieto a mi lado, plantado en un beso acallado por tu respiración. Es cuando el amor bajo la noche, nocturno menguado, me avergüenzan las palabras y la frescura con la que salen de tu boca. The translation: I shall say your name after the incessant rhythm of your pulse, a whisper that my ears won't be able to hear. I shall say I love you when you lay by my side, planted with a kiss, hushed by your breath. I hide my love under the night, waned nocturnal, bashful from these words and the brashness with which they leave your lips. So that was something new. And finally, something borrowed. Just a second. So this one is from, it's called Desnudo en Sombra or Naked Under Shadow, and it's for Almudena Guzman. She's a Spanish poet and journalist, and I do recommend her work. It's pretty good. So first the Spanish, the original one, and then my translation. Desnudo en Sombra. Volverse a enamorar, besar una piel que sabe distinto, no encontrar puntos de referencia que indiquen el momento justo, la caricia perfecta, la mano compañera. Retornar a un cuerpo nuevo sin los huecos del anterior. No poder palpar una nuca excitada, una espalda con escalofríos conocidos. Qué pobre se queda el intento de amar igual a la primera vez. Cómo pesa una boca tan sabida, tan llena de humo compartido ante la desconocida, tan poco explorada, tan miedosa. Cuánto cuesta abandonarte, lavarme de tu olor, quitarme las huellas de tu peso, desdoblarme en otra almudena y comenzar a hacer mía una figura de la calle que me asusta y que quiero poseer. Pero tú, ahí estás tú, traspasando con tu desnudo mi sombra, consolándome pesaroso de mi dolor al terminar. Tu sonrisa y tu cigarrillo, ese brazo moreno rodeando mi cintura y llevándome a un lecho desordenado. Y tus manos de violinista volando y enredándose en mis senos. The translation: to fall in love again, kiss a different skin, not finding points of reference that indicate the right moment, the perfect touch, a friendly hand. To return to a new body without the holes of the one before, and able to feel an excited nape, a spine with known chills. How lacking is the attempt of trying to love as we did the first time. How heavy a well-known mouth weighs, so full of the shared smoke before the little explored unknown, so fearful. How much it costs to abandon you, wash away your scent, remove the traces of your weight, unfold myself into another Almudena, and begin to make mine a figure from the streets that scares me and that I want to possess. But you, there you are, crossing my shadows, your bareness, consoling me despite my pain at the end. Your smile and your cigarette, that brown arm wrapped around my waist and taking me to a messy bed, and your violinist hands flying and entangling in my breasts. And that was it.
There you go. You got like a format down and you're killing it now. You just have a rhythm and pace and you're like, all right, now the translation. And I always like to ask people this, like, you know, I love music. And I always ask people this for music, but like, so you're always introducing us to like poets that like I haven't really encountered. And so like, what's like one of your main resources to like read new poets or discover pieces like this?
What's one of my new what? Sorry.
Like your resources, I guess, for like finding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for Spanish poetry, I have a lot of it because I, of course, grew up in Mexico. So like everything, all my books were from Mexico, all of my poetry books that my literatura teacher gave me. But aside from that, I use, there's a particular website that I use that I'll share on the chat. I think it's Poesía del Alma or Poemas del Alma or something like that. and it's an organized list of different poets in Latin America and some in Spain as well.
That's super cool. I had to ask because you're always coming with like some fire pieces. Like, oh, I would love to tap into that a little bit. But thank you as always for sharing. And I've said it before, you're such a huge part of this. But as always, if someone's seeing you for the first time, how can they? I saw you reach for. How can we contact you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook. Instagram is cadáveres_literarios. Or if you cannot type that because Spanish is not your first language, that's cool. You can also find me as Lee Martinez Soto on Facebook, and I have all my links in there as well.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah. I always mean to go back and like pause it on YouTube so I can see what all the captions by the pets. I love that.
My favorite one is the snake. It just says no arms, no hugs. So,
they have more to hug you with, they're just lengthwise. Awesome. Thank you as always, Lee, for joining us and sharing that. I was gonna add something to that. Let me change that screen here a little bit. Man, the last couple of poems, you guys have all been like dropping some truth bombs. I love it. But I'm always excited to introduce someone here for the first time. And they're still here, and in fact, I got to give a shout out. It's super late or super early, I guess it depends on your perspective, right? But they're joining us from Spain, Valencia, Spain, and it's a cool lead up. And so for the first time, I'd like to welcome Viola Tree to our open mic, and happy to have you here. Let's see, there you are.
It feels great.
Awesome. Welcome.
Can you hear me properly? I don't know how the sound's going.
Yeah, we hear you. Sounds good.
Right. So my name is Viola, and I am a non-binary low-class person living in Spain. My family and I were born in Romania, and we moved here when I was 5. And I'm starting to become a literary translator. And I don't think there's much else to say. I hope you hear me properly, and I hope my accent doesn't bug you off, because the way you pronounce things it doesn't make sense in the native English languages. So I hope you understand everything I say. So I shall present you 2 poems of mine, one short one and one long one, but I hope we don't take much of your time. The first one, I hope you understand that I come from across the world, and while I cannot share the specific issues, racial issues that go on in the US, I feel a lot. And while I have only suffered xenophobia here in my place, I do feel a lot. And I wrote this poem when all the brutality that was going on in the US, especially the George Floyd case. And while I was writing this, I was punching my legs and crying because I felt so impotent from across the world. I couldn't reach out, I couldn't help out, even support any organization. And it's truly tragic. And I hope you understand that while I cannot truly share the experiences of people that suffer racism on a daily basis in the US, I do feel a lot, and I hope that this doesn't come off the wrong way. This poem is called An Asphyxiating Mockingbird. And it goes like this. Though life's this, though life's that, but even cops that are black are getting denied their rights. You take off your uniform at night, but their skin is not a cloth, and you are not a moth. America seems to be a fishing trawler, making millions while some only make $1. Squishing their pockets till there's nothing, some still wear chains and collars. Exploited, discriminated upon, lynched and killed. That's the fate of those that happen to be born with a different genetic build that does not adhere to the norm. Racists running the government, racists filling the parliament, racists roaming the streets, racists beating up black kids. They seem to be biophilic and necrophilic at the same time, for they are screwing the living and the dead alike. and then they dare ask for democracy to come along, and then they try to mask it with bars, with stars, and a song. But now I sing, oh say can you see all the dead victims in the streets, all the children that cannot access higher education unless they risk their lives in the Middle East in the name of the nation. Oh say can you see all the ghetto dwellers are just trying to live. All the black mothers are attempting their children to feed, but we are too busy giving tax cuts to the rich. Oh, say, can you see? All the blacks, Mexicans, natives, and nations are just trying to breathe, but there's a giant knee upon their gorgeous gills. No air goes through, just pain that thrills. Oh, say, does it not give you the chills that there's families that cannot pay the bills? You deny them the right to live just because of the color of the skin. Oh, say, can you really not see that there's mockingbirds asphyxiated by Nazis? Oh, say, can you see that we all turn blue if we cannot breathe? That's it for the first one. It's a short one. Now it gets, I hope you liked it. So now it gets more complicated because this is a long piece, a very emotional one. I wrote it. It's an experience of mine, an event with a friend. We are trying to go to a cathedral to see the architecture and all, because I'm into that type of shit. And this poem is just what happened and what I felt. And disclaimer, I'm not a Christian at all. The presence of God in Christian mythology, this poem is purely the expression of what I was feeling when I was writing it. It has 3 or 4 parts depending on the way you see it, and it starts with a short introduction, then it goes to much deeper. And again, I'm sorry for my voice and I'm sorry for my accent. I hope you understand most of the words I will be presenting.
Stop apologizing!
I love apologizing. So, 5:38 a.m. Another night to stay awake. My aim, to use the pen, rewrite a tale born in the den of my fiend memory, an atrophic beast never seen by the eyes that feast on just the materialistic side of this unreal role-playing masquerade I spiel like a never-ending tune stuck in the vinyl player. Herein I shall inscribe the disgorged victual I imbibe. We started to saunter through the streets. Both vaunters wandered into conversation deep, wondering if an open doors cathedral they would reach, while still kicking about, knocking around and bouncing off about art, place, religion and belief, while the pace of the legs and the heart was picked up as mentioned. The duo agrees that society is a bitch. Cut to the chase, that is what we did with both steps in speech. It almost felt like a randomly paced race. The double tone of simple tone was tailing the tempo, with the speed divine of feet and mind combined, up until they finally grasped with their lungs the air forming from the gates of their fugitive ecstatic ambition. Destination peaked, cathedral quarter reached, expectation high, hopes leached. Before them, a pederast stands in clerical garments, starts giving commands, pay or get the fuck away from my holy lands. The temple, which I wanted to visually admire, was sequestrated by 4-legged tables that money sired. They had behind Pharisees as commanders, lifeless viruses, money holding standards. The dwelling of God had been invaded by degraded traders, that faith jaded. At slow pace, out of the divine residence we waited. At the gates, the betrayal of our leisure we upbraided. We pronounced our anti-capitalistic, anti-clerical comments. There were no couplets, but we were orally writing sonnets. Fuck the church and their aspirations for profits. We had the sound of real Christian prophets. I could have sworn to have in my veins the fury and ire of the ancient biblical tale. All those goddamn merchants, all those goddamn merchants I wished to expel. I might have wished, like Christ in the cleansing, to excel in the direct action of my anti-capitalistic reign. Then the incandescent luminary died in red in the cloud plain as if with scarlet lance had plunged the womb of rain. My mind went dark and I started to reframe Mont Blanc. Never asked spring to see pearls, love stings, but I guess one never asks wings to swing or glorious thoughts to glory seek and sing. The ever wind has its own flocks with God and God, with no destination through the ireless land or the fast bell. We put feet against feet like a Newtonian cradle, hitting his parallel ambidextrous extremes framed by seatless saddle. We were a wandering head of two, the street felt bland by chance. The stallion and the horse stumbled upon a prison complex, which held him, trapped within frames and pages, hexes filled with illuminated portraits and illuminated passages of tragedies, filled with the history of an artistic individual, the storytelling faculties. The Ashvins sat across the room in opposite benches. They started igniting carbon sticks to carbonize the fiber of the pale sheets. In a sense, they were both guiding the same carriage through uncharted lands of emotion and reason empowered by mindful caprice. I was wondering what he was writing, what he was doing. In a loop, I thought and thought. In a loop, I thought and thought of a coup against my own literary comfort. I decided in a sudden consideration that I shall write a poem in a loop. I versified with consideration. Capitalism had broken down into dies, with which I painted as versified cries upon digital paper the song of bees buzzing within my poesy, where the fluttering yellow-vested trees, while I was obligated to start paying fees to chronos and time authorities. Still, verses were my priority. Having created my rhyming sorority, we were offered scrolls of glory exemplifying the life under conflicts of persons trapped in their homes as convicts. We shared the same ambivalent ambience, the same parallel xenonic transience caused by the sparkling overflowing of building thunder, forging the nimbus of sparkling transcendent art shudder. Nothing written herein above was real. Absolutely nothing versified in the last verses was real. We did not share any experience or any space. We were in no race, for time is but a fallacy. We shared nothing. We shared nothing but friendship. The empire of amicability conquers. Any evil created hardship, encased within mystical conquers. It may have not been obvious. We would have been able to capture the attention of any audience, overcome any sort of offense, reach any peak as steep as Mont Blanc, break any chains and shackles, bend the gun of any tongue, tame the wildest jackals. My sib from another crib. Love is its own armory, filled with weapons of affection. For true in harmony surpasses one in perfection. That's it. I hope he felt something at least.
Loves its own armory. Hold on. Oh man. That was amazing. So first of all, Viola, welcome. This space is here. It's for you, man. And we welcome everything, everyone, everything, every accent, and we love it. And thanks for your patience. I know that it is like early morning over there, right? What time is it?
Right now it's 6:30.
6:30, and you've been here for a couple hours already. So much love. You are always welcome to come back.
Welcome.
Yeah. How'd you hear about this open mic?
Actually, my friend Bart which didn't actually come because he thought that this was a trough.
Oh, okay.
He told me
Yeah.
about this. He's another
Nice.
poet from Ireland.
Yeah, I
If-
saw them signed up. Maybe next
Yeah.
time. But thanks for hanging out. I saw you had a Patreon. Definitely share that and ways that we can connect with you online.
Yeah, if you want to
welcome
see
it.
more, I will share my Instagram with you and my Patreon. I have some of my poetry there, and I have opened it very recently because I was feeling very self-aware of my poetry, and I haven't shared it till now. So I hope that you like what you see there, and I hope that you enjoyed what I presented here.
Oh,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Nala.
Yeah. Awesome.
Much
Lots of
love.
love. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. I was soaking in those words for sure. Thank you. Yeah, so definitely post those. There they are. Boom. There they are in the chat. I love it. Viola, come back anytime. You're welcome. Thank you. All right, yeah, and we'll connect with you online. That's important. We'll do that because we're building communities. We're creating spider webs of community, and like these little threads are attaching us, and we're supporting each other that way. I like to create this visual imagery of these poetic threads, like spider webs. Just like the more we connect, the stronger the web becomes, and we can support each other that way. So, all right. Let's keep going. Yeah, and hopefully, yes, Bart does get to make it. I saw them signed up out of Belfast. We haven't had anyone from Ireland yet, so that would be cool at some point. Maybe next time. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and go back to Seattle because we were there at the very beginning of the show. We have a friend who has not been here in a while. I think since November we were talking about just before the election. So we're happy to have him back out of Seattle. We have Joski. Hey, man.
Hey, I'm so glad to be here. Can I just say, these writers are amazing, and this whole night's really been blowing my mind, so it's inspiring. So I thought I'd do some poetry and one song, and these are pretty quick. And so, a haiku. Racists do not like racism taught in their schools. They teach it at home. Trumpists carry guns. Weapons marry ignorance. Dangerous for all. So I was watching the impeachment hearings, and when the presenters speak to the senators, they stand in front of this huge marble desk, and I just kept staring at this desk. So this poem is called Marble Desk. Marble desk behind the dais, white lines, dark stone, chest x-ray pattern like ARDS, severe disease, COVID lungs. In a Senate infected with arrogance, cowardice grows, Mets to bone, twisted snakes, lines in stone, as rock-solid evidence refutes the lie of the despot. And then, fighting sleep. Fighting sleep, I listen deep, beyond the sounds of mouths, beneath the open chords, between the notes, where waves lap shores of consciousness until vibrations cease. I seek solace, I seek peace, beneath the chords, between the notes, in a place where music waits to be born. I am a child walking north. I am a child walking north. I'm so tired, you just shut the door. I am a child needs to play. I am a child needs to play. Knock on your door, you say, go away. just a little child. I can't say where I've been. But I know what I've seen. And I know when it's me. Child walking toward a wall. I am a child walking toward a wall. You're so scary, I'm so very small. I am just a little child. Can't say where I've been. But I know what I've seen. And I know when it's mean. I am a child walking north. A child walking north, a child walking north, a child walking north.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm especially...
Joski, that was brilliant. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. That was brilliant, man. Loved it.
Thank you so much. You can interrupt me anytime. Hey.
And the haikus were amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I'm so happy to be in El Paso, to be honest. I'm just, it's quite an honor, honestly, for me. And I especially like being able to play that song right there at the border, you know. So thank you so much for the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, right on. Thank you. I gotta attach my mixer with the reverb so I can sound very cool like that too. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Did it come through okay?
Oh, it sounds excellent. I love it.
It's a bit of a shot in the dark, you know. I like listen back and it'll be all full of static or something. And so I'm trying to get it dialed in. So I appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, no, I like it. Our friend Luis in South Korea, whenever he joins in, he always throws on the reverb too, and it sounds so cool. I dig it. So really quick, do you have like a place where we can catch up with you online, or like maybe listen to your music more?
I'm kind of behind on the online efforts. I have an IG handle, but it's like an empty room. You know what I mean? So I got to slap something up there. And
for sure.
But I'm going to do it. I swear. And it's Joski C. That's my IG handle. And also my email, joskic@gmail. And anyway. And
someone has a really
I'm working on a recording project, so someday I'll be able to come.
Where are you in Seattle?
I'm excited. Yeah.
Where are you in Seattle? What part?
Well, actually, we're a bit south of there.
Olympia.
Yeah, it's a place called Olympia, right?
They're in the capital.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
okay.
Sometimes.
All right. Interesting place.
Yeah.
All right, man.
You know, it's been home for a long time, and it's cool. I like
it. Awesome, man. You got like the NPR like smooth whisper into the mic kind of vibe going on right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have a bad habit of drifting away into something incoherent. Anyway, I just want to thank all of the amazing artists. Oh my God, just completely blown away, but also inspired at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for making it. We'd love to have you back again as always. Come by and sweet. We got some more peeps, so I'm definitely gonna try and we gotta get everyone on, and we'll try and get a good time going for this. So yeah, up next, we got Patty. I'm always excited when she does sign up, and let's see. Let me find you on the screen here. I gotta find you, Patty. Patty, where can you be? Double Patty melt in the screen. Oh, there you are. Okay. What's up, Patty? How you doing tonight?
Good, and yourself?
Thank you. Excellent. Oh, I hear an echo. Echo. Okay,
Can you hear
cool.
me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you. Great. Take it away. Do your thing.
Okay, I have 3 pieces for you, and I wrote them all today, so new shit.
New shit.
Okay.
New shit?
No shit.
So here's the truth. I wrote a poem about rainbows and butterflies today. I put it next to the 10 Care Bears I still have from childhood, except for the grumpy bear who's blue. I looked that up on Wikipedia to clarify. I also took out my pet dragon for a flight that only lasted 30 minutes because in his stubbornness, he refused to turn right. So we took 41 left turns to come back home. I drew a piece that would put Picasso to shame, and I wrote a whole play, fiddles and all. There's only one word true in everything I just said. See, today I swam a marathon in the middle of the wettest desert. I even managed to get sand in my shoes. No, I found the Sandman. See that play of words? And I beat the living crap out of him for taking weeks of sleep away from me. Oh gosh, I'm turning dark. Okay. Today, I watered the flowers, wondered why poets always reference water, drowning, ocean, waves, currents, fucking tsunamis. Sunflowers. I watered sunflowers. I tell you the truth and say that they died days ago, but I keep watering them because, well, it's just so. No metaphor here. Today, I ate a 7-layer chocolate cake that weighed an ounce and won't hug the fabric of my jeans tomorrow morning. I smiled for what seemed like an eternity, and I trimmed the extra leaves on my beanstalk out back. My story started with once upon a time, and the ending, oh gosh, the ending is cookie cutter perfection. I can already tell. Okay, there was not one single truth in any of that at all, but let's continue. I wrote a novel, published it, became a top seller, and now I'm touring Italy with a man named Stefano. That whole sentence is completely true. I caught Tinkerbell, made a wish with 100 dandelions that didn't clog my nostrils, and although I didn't solve world peace, I came pretty damn close. See, today I wrote a poem about rainbows, but I had to let the rain come down first. Had to fall apart to build myself up. Had to read a tragedy before admiring a fairy tale. Now that's a little true. Okay, that was the first one. Second piece. To clearly hiding in poetry. The continuous film of darkness can't be filtered out anymore. As I place my hand on the windowsill, I no longer feel the grace of rays melting yesterday away. What is it to drag your completely too capable feet to another moment of the day? What is it to simply know happy? To bathe in the curiosity of excitement while the ends of your fingers age with the refinement? Where is the strength to carry the weight of 1,000,000 pounds in the slight end of a smile? Where mazes are renamed homes and upside is the right side up? What time is night defined when the sky is always pitch dark inside? Where you now define the stars as the sun for the scattered shines of light when they finally appear? What is it to feel warmth? The type that wraps itself whole, the type to fool you that life jackets save you in a depth too deep. Where is the laughter and having the faith that candles still burn even when all the wax is gone? What is it to want more than the muddy imprints of a day past due? What is it to be happy without the shade of blue? To eat a stale bag of chips and think, this is it. An illusion of a perfectly full mindset only to find it completely empty inside. But you keep eating it, don't you? Keep starving the idea of something better ahead and settle for this very moment right here? If I gave you a box of crayons, will you only keep the shades of black? Only color the lines you see and forget that the sunset has no set division? If I tell you to be happy, will you truly be happy without knowing the emotion that upholds it? Could you even spell the word happy? Can you truly feel the warmth outside without stepping once outside your porch door? Will you live without ever truly filling yourself with air? Okay, that was the second piece. And then last piece. Today, I tried to hug a pencil. Carpet burns on my cheek from the eraser hidden away behind a single layered mask. The dullness at the other end stabbed the inches between my ribs, and I finally felt something other than the aching in my chest. Would you believe me if I said that's the best I felt in days? I laid on my living room floor, used a sheet of paper to warm my soul. The length didn't even cover my toes. The writing on it was too heavy. Took me hours to lift the weight off my body. Pencil shavings on the floor mixed with salty water pools. I forgot to write commas in my stanzas, forgot what it felt like for the lungs inside of me to expand, to be able to breathe. Today I wrote a poem to forget what feelings felt like. But each word began with a heartbeat, every sentence a memory unshared, each syllable a stab to all the words left unsaid out loud. I'm pretty sure the carpet floor caved in from the weight of my poetry. Today I broke a pencil from holding it too tight. Its body shattered in two uneven pieces, and a broken vase always remains broken even when superglued back together again. You always remember where the fault lines lie, always preparing for the ground beneath you to tremble. Today, I compared myself to a broken pencil because writing with half a pencil, because being half a person isn't quite the same. Because putting on shoes isn't enough without tying the laces, because putting on mascara without curling your lashes is pointless, because washing your face without showering for days is still disgusting, because getting out of bed, it's no longer winning. Today, I spread my limbs on the living room floor, hair undone, and one written word away from falling completely apart. Did I mention that today I tried to hug a pencil? Done, son.
All right. Hey, keep breaking pencils, Patty. I'm glad that you're taking the time to write. Honestly, that's new stuff, and it's coming out like amazing. In fact, unmute yourselves, guys, to make some
Yeah, that was
noise
nice.
to show some love.
Patty, holy
Hell yeah!
shit.
There you go.
Carpet taped all my
Just so you can hear it. You can hear it.
Yeah, literally
This
brilliant.
is amazing.
You
Patty.
summed it up perfectly. It's brilliant.
And when you think you have written the best, you will have
It was good. I like that.
I'm listening to all of you.
I can see you.
in a year you're gonna
That was
I
good.
almost screamed out rewind on that last point. But anyway, that was beautiful, man.
Oh man,
Damn.
love.
Wow.
Yeah, it was all good. I enjoyed
keep
it.
writing, please. Every Friday write something.
Keep
There you go.
breaking
Keep
them
writing.
pencils.
There you go. There you go. Keep writing. I wanted to
Glad
leave
you're
it on
breaking it,
you
getting
as all this love was showered on you. But Patty,
Sure.
people like feeling you and like seeing you for the first time on YouTube stuff. Tell us about your poetic journey. How can they find you?
Oh, okay. Just so I can get off the spotlight. Patty's _poetic_life.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Let's do that. Getting back to host screen. Sorry. Much love. There you go. Cool. Man, that was amazingness. For real. Okay.
This is so good. This is so good.
Soak it in. Soak it in. Sometimes we go
Good
too
job.
quickly through things, you know, and I gotta feel it out. Feel it out. All right. Okay. Yo, we're gonna keep going though, because we got a list and we gotta get people on. And next up, we've got one of our many MVPs. He's helped so much. He's been here since the very beginning. Not too many people can say that. But let's welcome Kit Ran to the stage. Kit, take it away, man. Watch Kit spit this lit.
Oh, good evening, Richie. I am filled with a sudden sense of panic because Patty was so fucking good. How am I supposed to follow that? I'll do the best I can, I guess. Oh, man. Just one of mine and then a kind of lengthy cover, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But first, me. I am changing all of my drafted memoirs back into poems because too many of you know my business. I want the ritual of a public confession, but I don't want you to know what I did. I am much more comfortable answering, what does this mean, than what happened next. I want this poem to rise up from the ground like a monolith, not between us, but beside us, and for us to circle around it, inspecting for the flaws I must have mistaken for nuance and character. And now the cover poem. Our good friend Michael Sindler mentioned this earlier, but we lost Lawrence Ferlinghetti last week, and sad isn't quite the right word for a 101-year-old man dying, but the world is different now, so we have to note that, because we had Lawrence Ferlinghetti and now we don't. And this is a poem called I Am Waiting. I remember the first time I heard this in the Tumblewords workshop where Gene Keller recited it by memory. I'm not that good. I have my nook just below the camera's eye. And this is I Am Waiting by Lawrence Ferlinghetti. I am waiting for my case to come up, and I am waiting for a rebirth of wonder. And I am waiting for someone to really discover America and wail. And I am waiting for the discovery of a new symbolic Western frontier. And I am waiting for the American eagle to really spread its wings and straighten up and fly right. And I am waiting for the age of anxiety to drop dead. And I am waiting for the war to be fought, which will make the world safe for anarchy. And I am waiting for the final withering away of all governments. And I am perpetually awaiting a rebirth of wonder. And I am waiting for the second coming. And I am waiting for a religious revival to sweep through the state of Arizona. And I am waiting for the grapes of wrath to be stored, and I am waiting for them to prove that God is really American. And I am waiting to see God on television, piped onto church altars, if only they can find the right channel to tune in on. And I am waiting for the Last Supper to be served again with a strange new appetizer. And I am perpetually awaiting a rebirth of wonder. I am waiting for my number to be called, and I am waiting for the Salvation Army to take over. And I am waiting for the meek to be blessed and inherit the earth without taxes. And I am waiting for forests and animals to reclaim the earth as theirs. And I am waiting for a way to be devised to destroy all nationalisms without killing anybody. And I am waiting for linnets and planets to fall like rain. And I am waiting for lovers and weepers to lie down together again in a new rebirth of wonder. I am waiting for the great divide to be crossed, and I am anxiously waiting for the secret of eternal life to be discovered by an obscure general practitioner, and I am waiting for the storms of life to be over, and I am waiting to set sail for happiness, and I am waiting for a reconstructed Mayflower to reach America with its picture story and TV rights sold in advance to the natives, and I am waiting for the lost music to sound again in the lost continent, in a new rebirth of wonder. I am waiting for the day that maketh all things clear, and I am awaiting retribution for what America did to Tom Sawyer, and I am waiting for Alice in Wonderland to retransmit to me her total dream of innocence, and I am waiting for Child Roland to come to the final darkest tower, and I am waiting for Aphrodite to grow live arms at a final disarmament conference in a new rebirth of wonder. I am waiting to get some intimations of immortality by recollecting my early childhood. And I am waiting for the green mornings to come again. Youth's dumb green fields come back again. And I am waiting for some strains of unpremeditated art to shake my typewriter. And I am waiting to write the great indelible poem. And I am waiting for the last long careless rapture. And I am perpetually waiting for the fleeing lovers on the Grecian urn to catch each other up at last and embrace. And I am awaiting perpetually and forever a renaissance of wonder.
Yeah, man. Dude, Ferlinghetti legit was the hive and the honey. I'm glad you got to read it. I'm really glad you did. That was my cover poem for today, but you performed it super great. Dude, honestly, you performed it, man. That's all legit, man. Yeah, dude. Oh, I freaking love it so much.
Kel, you owned it, kid. That was amazing, man. I loved it, dude. Good shit.
Good tribute. Great tribute, man.
The beauty of the cover poem.
Ferlinghetti must have been a very patient man.
Oh man,
living, yeah.
Right. The energy tonight has been amazing. Yo, really quick, you got that sheet there, man, with all the stats. You got your card there with
I do indeed.
all the stats.
All the stats, if you will.
I'm already following you, brother.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Instagram at Kit Renaway, Twitter at Kit Talk Sports. It is as the name suggests. Kofi.com/KitRen is a football intensive blog. But after Nick's poem, I feel a little less awkward plugging that because clearly there's a larger intersect than I thought. You see me on Facebook, go ahead and add me. I'll add you if I recognize the name, and if I don't, sorry. My PayPal is connected to my email, so if you want to drop something in the tip jar, go there. And if you just want to shout me out, that's my email. I'm open to everything. And that's all I have for you tonight. Thank you again, Richie. Thank you, everyone who performed you, all of the guys, gals, and non-binary pals that make Monday the highlight of the week. Thank you so fucking much.
Legit. Like, I mean, I've said it before, reclaiming Mondays. Mondays are typically like the throwaway day, like, fuck Mondays, Mondays, right? And yeah, now you guys give me something to look forward to. Oof, feeling it all, taking in. That's what human experience is. You guys are coming from everywhere, dimensions and angles. I love it. Okay, cool. Man, we're gonna get some music over here, and not just any music. If you know, but if not, be prepared. Strap in, because we got Christine up on the mic, and she's gonna share some music. Christine is in the house, looking so cool. I see you're on. Okay, hold on. Let me find the spotlight. There you are. What's up, Christine?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Doing okay. I just wanted to share a couple songs and two songs.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say like a little bit about them too, why I picked them. They're two songs that I had done before, and I feel like I've been reflecting a lot on purpose, and so I thought these were, when I originally did them, I thought they were to maybe encourage others, and they actually came back to me, and during this time they're super encouraging, and they have a new purpose. And I feel like thinking about my brother has just given a new purpose to so many things in my life. And so these songs have a new purpose. And the first one is called You Are the Reason. And I want to explain that the chorus is actually what I believe describes, what I believe actually or accurately describes my brother. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you. He was that kind of person. Like he'd do that. That's that's who he was. And so I just want to start off with that one first. And I forgot who sings it, but it's who wrote it. It's called "You Are the Reason." There goes my heart beating, 'cause you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now. There goes my mind racing, and you are the reason that I'm still breathing. I'm hopeless now. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see you are the reason. There go my hands shaking, and you are the reason my heart keeps bleeding. I need you now. If I could turn back the clock, I'd make sure the light defeated the dark. I'd spend every hour of every day keeping you safe. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see you are the reason. I don't wanna fight no more. I don't wanna hide no more. I don't wanna cry no more. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see you are the reason. And the next one is another song that came back to me. Also, I recorded it, I think, I don't know, sometime in January or something like that. But it's The Place Where the Lost Things Go. And at the time I recorded it, I just thought it was a great song. I just thought it was encouraging, maybe for other people. And so fast forward to now, and this song is encouraging me. It came back. And it has a new purpose, you know? And so I'm just like, man, little brother, like you're changing things up, like still. He's still changing everything up. So there's a lot reflecting happening. But this song is called The Place Where the Lost Things Go. And it comes from Mary Poppins Returns. And it's the part in the movie where the little kids are telling Mary Poppins that they miss their mom because she had passed away. And so she's telling them maybe everything that you've lost really isn't lost, and maybe it lives inside of you. So, the place where the lost things go. Sorry, my music fell. Sorry. Do you ever lie awake at night, just between the dark and the morning light, searching for the things you used to know, looking for the place where the lost things go? Do you ever dream or reminisce, wondering where to find what you truly miss? Or maybe all those things that you love so are waiting in the place where the lost things go. Memories you've shared, gone for good you feared, they're all around you still, though they've disappeared. Nothing's really left or lost without a trace. Nothing's gone forever, only out of place. So maybe now the dish and my best spoon are playing hide and seek just behind the moon, waiting there until it's time to show. Spring is like that now, hiding in the place where the lost things go. Time to close your eyes so sleep can come around. For when you dream, you find all that's lost is found. Or maybe on the moon, or maybe somewhere new. Maybe all you're missing lives inside of you. So when you need his touch and loving gaze, gone but not forgotten is the perfect phrase. Smiling from a star that he makes glow. Trust he's always there, watching as you grow. Find him in the place where the lost things go.
I was at church.
Yeah.
That was beautiful, Christine.
And I was praising and worshiping on that one.
Speechless.
Holy crap, that was.
Shoot, somebody should have came around with the tithe and offering bucket or something.
Why?
You're just so sensational, and I just love you. And when you said the last things, I was like, no, what are we gonna start doing?
All right.
And I'm just very blessed to fucking know you and hear you. So thank you for coming back and staying here and being here. And I'm just really glad you're here, Christine.
Yeah. So wonderful. Damn. You left me speechless.
And stay with you, Christine. Love you.
Yeah. You know what I love is that you're performing off of your laptop, your phone, and you're making it sound like studio quality music, legit. With like $2,000 microphones and audio engineers. Like, you don't even need that. That just came through. Yeah, I think everyone was feeling that tonight. So
It did sound awesome tonight. Really,
we missed
really
you most of all here. Thank you. Do you want to talk, like, share your YouTube channel and all that stuff so we can hear more of that magicness and however you'd like to share your stuff?
Thank you. Sure. You can find me on Facebook, Christine Ponce Diaz, or YouTube, Christine Ponce Diaz also.
All right. Hey, thank you. As always, all the love in the world. That
Great job, Christine.
you guys were here for that. You guys were here.
I just want to say real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I think Marissa done got some religion now. She might not do no more erotic poems after that one.
Oh yeah, we have Marissa up next. I mean, so that's the segue. No, you heard her name earlier. I mean, if you've tuned in before on the show, you've heard her. Red or Green Books, definitely check that out. Check out the website; it's beautiful. But Marissa's doing so much great work too as well, and putting on her shows. And yeah, Marissa, I'm gonna leave it. You take it away. Yeah, good to have you back. Hello.
Oh my God, I absolutely love Christine. I mean, so I totally switched the poem I was gonna read tonight. I hit Christine up about a month ago and I said, hey, I want to do a collab music poetry piece to this poem that I have. And so I'm gonna read it because this is pulling in my heart since she read that piece, that song. And Christine, this poem goes so well with it. So if y'all have dried your tears, you're gonna need to just like keep crying, I think, at this point. And this is the second time I heard Christine do that beautiful song, and she's so freaking talented. And I'm just so blessed to be here. So thank you, Richie, so much for holding this space for us. The poem that I'm going to read tonight for you is titled Just Misplaced. And so it goes in really well with that song. I've always lost things. I misplaced every house key growing up. Homework I was supposed to turn in, even a shoe on the way to school one morning. I've always lost things. I would be scolded, yelled at, long finger of blame wagging shame into me. I've always regretted losing things. So as an adult, I never lost a thing again. Routine visit, gel squirted across my moon-shaped belly. Cold, wet, such weight on my stomach as the wand slid across my skin. Black and white smeary blur on a screen. I make believe your face in my mind. Must wait for now. Another month still to go. That was the plan. Things always go according to plan. The ultrasound wand moved and moved, yet you did not. I waited to hear the raspy rhythm of your life growing inside mine, until the disappearance of your heartbeat, as if I was somehow asleep, needed to shake me, wake me, feel you kick the walls of my body again. But somehow you just fell asleep. You were right there. I could see your tiny face and arms, legs crossed, toes curled, still tethered to my body. You were not gone. You were right there. The air clung to silence like I clung to the rails of the bed. White knuckles, pale face. My heart might as well have stopped too. No one spoke. My lungs forced open my face, aspirate on the resistant ripcord of air I choked on between the tears. Every rib splintered in my chest, pierced my heart, tore into my sideways sobs and spit that dripped from my mouth, muted in disbelief. I felt every contraction, every pain as you came into the light your eyes never got to see. As you spilled forth into a world that would never hear your cries. Oh, how silent the night was and has been every night since. You smelled nothing of death. You felt as warm as me, peaceful look on your cherub face, never to see me, never to smell me, never to suckle my breast or smile at each other's faces. But I smiled through saltwater eyes, for you had 10 fingers and 10 toes. Your nose was the same as mine, swaddled in that striped hospital blanket. You were so light in my arms, as if your soul leaving lifted your weight, gave me strength to hold you to my chest as my heart begged to beat for yours. How long I lay there, I still cannot recall. The only sensation I take with me is your smell and your beautiful tiny face. For you are not lost, just misplaced.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Man,
Soak that one in.
man, every time I go to funerals, it would devastate me coming from cemeteries with babies' names on it and looking at the dates and how they basically were still born, man. That that haunts me every time I go to funerals. I'm sorry that you had to experience that.
So Abraham, like I have to tell it's a long story. So I experienced a miscarriage when I was in college. But the story that I tell is from someone very close to me. And it's like I'm living it, and the loss of that. As a mom, it's exponential for me. And so when I told Christine she should sing that song and we should do that. Yeah, it's just it's hard every time I read it. Those of you who've heard me read that before, every time I cry, like I can't. It sucks a piece of my soul every time.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for sharing that one.
We break
That's
with you, baby.
heavy. Yeah, yeah, we're right there. Much love. Exactly. All the heart.
Anyways, come find me on Facebook. I don't know if I'm good. This poem always makes me fucking cry.
Yeah, yeah. and definitely let it out. You guys are opening these things up. Thank you, Marissa Prada. Facebook, check out Red or Green Books, right? Thank you.
Yeah, Red or Green Books, or the word is right, WRIT. Oh, Richie, we have $1,000 cash slam coming up in April. $1,000 with a comma. So get your butt there.
$1,000. Oh man, it's time to retire the slam stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. You guys are coming with an energy tonight that is like unparalleled. Like it's opening, it's cracking things open, and it's beautiful. Like so thank you guys for sharing that. And earlier I was talking about the threads that connect us, and it's not just making it to these, but this right here, that connection of opening up of hearts and oh my god, you guys are amazing. Love you guys. We got a couple more peeps. I want to make sure they get on. They've been waiting patiently, and starting from Patty, this whole section has been Southwest US, and we're gonna go with one more person from there, and then we'll move on. But we got from Las Cruces, because Marissa is Albuquerque, and we're gonna go to Las Cruces. It's always great to have a Las Cruces poet and lyricist hit the stage. Some synchronized fire breathing, I believe he signed up as. We got Ideal Anthony. Let's see. Yeah, I hear myself. I hear me.
Yep,
Yo,
I'm here.
Echo. Sorry. Anthony, where are you? Hold on. I gotta find you here on the. There you are. Welcome back, man.
Hey, welcome. I'm glad to be back. Sorry it's
Yeah.
late, and I'm
All good.
still recovering from that powerful poem and all of the good stuff that has been performed tonight. So just glad to be here. Got one poem that's new shit, and then another one that is just like a cover poem. I had this poem that I'm about to read, and then the first one that Kit had read earlier had inspired a poem that I wrote, and then my computer crashed, so I need to try and get that back. But in the meantime, I'll start off with the cover poem. It's by, I think it's pronounced Jared Singer. I guess that's how I would pronounce it. It's from the Forgive Yourself, These Tiny Acts of Self-Destruction. And the title of the poem is actually part of the poem, so the first like 2 lines are the title of it, and it kind of goes into the poem. So I'll do that. To the young man who only talks about himself in image and metaphor, who believes that once a metaphor is explained, it becomes pointless. We are a lot alike, and you are dead wrong. I too know what it means to have the jaws of a wolf and the cheeks of a pufferfish, to have a nasty bite and still be full of hot air. I know that chainsaws can laugh, that everything that cuts loves to laugh. This is why we learn to talk so pretty, why we never learn to chuckle, always to guffaw, to turn our mouths into church bells. The problem is that steel wrapped in velvet is still steel. It will never keep anyone comfortable. I know that having a big heart doesn't mean you have a full one. It is amazing how lonely can become a symphony when no one is there to hear it. We both have a lot of good reasons to be angry. We know that snowflakes and death are perfect analogs. Both are always unique and so cold. If dead loved ones walk behind us, then heaven is empty, and we are choir masters. But the reason that you are stuck and I am building the life I always dreamed, the difference between an angry boy and a proud man, is that eventually the metaphors have to stop. I have a mouth made of trumpets, and a belly full of people who said I couldn't, but my spine is just my spine. You wondered what it would be like if the legends were real. I am the phoenix, alone to this, broken to this. We think a flame is dangerous, but without the light, we cannot see. It is fire that keeps us alive through the night and fed through the cold. We have both been ash. Now we get to be the light. Stop wallowing in the dirt, my friend, and welcome this well-earned burn. So yeah, it's Jared Singer's little piece. And then I have this one that I had wrote recently called Ethical Dilemma. And here it goes. A revolving door that leaves patients dizzy, dazed, not sure if they're in or outpatient, wading through acronyms like MHA, ADHD, and MST, somewhat sharper edges than others. cries for help muffled by insurance companies and billing quotas. They get bracelets, ID numbers, and maybe even hope. A mental health system is still a system, a twisting, turning bureaucracy. Some days I feel like a guiding light, and during others a shadow on the wall. Sometimes I wonder, what good is a working cog in a broken machine? At what point does my experience embed me in the institution, when my signature transforms into writing on the wall, as patients with diagnosis too heavy to carry finally just give in to fatigue, where my extended hand is just another trauma trigger? How many of these helper phrases ring hollow when crisis comes knocking? Patients of old linger around and sift through my conscience at night. Tell me, where do I go from here? And that's what I got.
Yeah, man, awesome. Yeah, I think I shared that one on the Barbed Wire Facebook page when your video, right? You recorded that one.
Yes, sir.
Right? Sweet, man. Yeah. So you can check that out, and also like if people want to follow you, because I know you got a dope podcast that's connecting on some real issues. Yeah, please plug all that.
Can I have a little image. Can I share my screen for a second?
Oh, yeah. Let me get you on that.
All right.
Echo. I just wanted to hear. So I hear my. All right, do your thing, man.
All right, let me figure out here. Oh, I see how this works. There we go. So I got the podcast. It's Ideal Mentality. Got it all across these different podcast platforms. I've started a series called A Day in the Life. So I'm a licensed therapist, and I just dedicate an episode. It's like a 45-minute episode to talking to different people about their mental health struggles or their mental health experiences. And if you have a story you want to tell that fits into that category, then, just reach out to me. I'll be glad to talk to you. I do it through Zoom, do it in person if you're local. And, hit me up on AIM and MySpace too, if you like. So thank you everyone for your time.
Dude. Yeah, I was gonna say you got AIM and MySpace on there, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let me figure out how to stop this screen share. There we go.
Oh yeah. Cool, man. Every time you screen share, you got to say "read them and weep."
Read them and weep.
It's just a thing,
All right,
But
I'll start doing that.
love you, man. I'm glad. I'm always happy when you get to make it and share some stuff. So thank you.
No problem, man. Glad to be back.
Cool. All right. Let's see. We got some more peeps. We're trying to make it. We're a little overtime, but man, it's totally worth it. Like, this has been killer. Anytime there's overtime in sports, isn't it like more fun, right? Anyway, same with open mics and poetry readings. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead. That's Southwest. We're gonna go ahead and go to Storm Lake, Iowa. You know what? Because there's a storm brewing. And last week, I don't know. He's so much fun. I love this dude. I love your energy. Last night we were freaking doing photo shoots like at 4 or 5 a.m. on Zoom with your lights and everything. And yeah, man, I'm glad you're here. So let's go ahead and welcome Matthew Marroquin to the stage.
What's good?
What's up?
Matthew! What up? It's been a night of poetry. Just what I needed on a Monday night, right? Orale, güey. I guess it's Tuesday morning for me now. I was gonna do some poetry, but then I realized I don't have anything like that's fully developed that's ready yet to say. I have a bunch of pieces that are like half started, but they're not done. So I'm just gonna do this monologue I wrote. Well, actually, it's supposed to be for two people. Y'all will see the stage production once it's fully done and recorded by the end of spring. Trust me. Well, I'm just gonna read it as a monologue. So, well, I'll read the important part, I guess. The big part as a monologue from the script. Hold up. No. I will not speak your English just because we're in America. You treat our people like shit. And trust me, I know shit because I see it in the plants daily. Plants, factories that we fill. We work under your zapatos, your shoes, day in and day out. And all we hear are complaints. You don't hear our people complaining. We know what it's like to live a life much worse than this, in a country much worse than this. We do the same motion every day. 6 days a week, 8 hours a day. That steam rising from those pipes is made from our work. Those kids filling your once shrinking schools are our kids. We made this town casi muerto grow. We shop at your stores with the money we can spare, not sending home. You complain about us over un burrito or un torta at the local taqueria that is run by my primos. I'm lucky to know the few words in English I do because you and this place force your tongue down my throat just to pay bills or get food or go to the doctor or even try to get my children into school so they can learn and hopefully not be treated like shit working in plants or factories. We feel our bodies dying every day. But if my death can mean that they can go to a work that lets them live, then I'll gladly die. I just hope they don't lose their Spanish. Their tongue isn't cut out and traded with yours so that they can tell our dying bodies, my dying body, my children can tell my dying body all the wonderful things they learn. I just hope that they know English too, though, so that they don't have to be told to speak a language that they don't fully know in grocery stores. I hope they get both the good things promised by this country and the hard work and humbleness of our people. So no, I won't talk in your English. Gracias. Tengo un buen día. Thank you.
Dude, yes, man. Yes.
That was hard. I did like switch words out because I'm like, oh, this is plural. Got changes to singular.
Got you, man. I dig it, man.
Gracias todos. You can follow me on Instagram, Vida_Marroquin. Oh wait, no, I did make a card once. I forgot I had this. Here you go. Yeah.
Hell yeah, get on that Insta.
Sometimes I feel like giving the English language a middle finger myself.
Oh yeah, no, it sucks.
Fuck you.
I got more poems on that, but that's for another thing. So y'all read that.
Yo, I love all the decolonization poetry tonight that I'm hearing, you know?
But I'm going to bust one for you guys later because...
That is totally the vibe tonight.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Awesome, man.
A language of colonization, though.
Oh yeah, totally. No, we'll talk about it. We'll save it. Put a little bookmark on that. We got a couple more people. Gonna get them on. Because next up we got Florida. It's super late there. Maybe waiting back on some homework. We got Domo Beth back in the house. Domo always
Hello.
her own
Hi
show
there.
as well. What's up, Domo?
It's always after dark.
I love that. Hold on, I'm looking for your video here so I can spotlight you. Yo, okay, there you are.
Find me.
Domo in the house. All right, yo, take it away. Work your magic.
Dominique.
So like, yeah. It's 1:38 in the morning. I am actually late because I did my homework before I came. Woo! Woo!
What?
So I'm here to spit some stuff into your eardrums. So brace yourself.
Woo! Eardrums.
Yeah, eardrums. Woohoo! Body parts. But yes, I have 2 songs. I might go over time. I actually looked at the timestamp from last week and I realized I had like 13 minutes of performing. I'm like, oops. So let's hope we do that again this week. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is called Ignorance by Paramore. It's a throwback. Yeah. Hope you guys like my version. person, you don't like me. I guess I'll make my own way. It's a circle, I mean cycle. I can't excite you anymore. Where's your gavel, your jury? What's my offense this time? You're not a judge, but if you're gonna judge me, well, sentence me to another life. Don't wanna hear sad songs, I don't wanna feel your pain. We swear it's all my fault, but you know we're not the same. We're not the same. Who stuck together, we wrote our names in blood. But I guess you can't accept that the change is good. It's good. It's good. You treat me just like another stranger. Well, it's nice to meet you, sir. I guess I'll go. I best be on my way out. You treat me just like another stranger. Well, it's nice to meet you, sir. I guess I'll go. I'll best be on my way out. Ignorance is your new best friend. Ignorance is your new best friend. This is the best thing that could have happened. Any longer I wouldn't have made it. It's not a war, no, it's not a rapture. I'm just a person, but you can't take it. The same tricks that once fooled me, they won't get you anywhere. I'm not the same kid from your memory. Now I can fend for myself. Don't wanna hear sad songs, I wanna feel your pain. We swear it's all my fault, but you know we're not the same. We're not the same. Oh, we're not the same. The friends who stuck together, we wrote our names in blood. But I guess you can't accept that the change is good. It's good. It's good. You treat me just like another stranger. Well, it's nice to meet you, sir. I guess I'll go. I'll best be on my way out. You treat me just like another stranger. Well, it's nice to meet you, sir. I guess I'll go. I'll best be on my way out. Ignorance is your new best friend. 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 You treat me just like another stranger. Well, it's nice to meet you, sir. I guess I'll go. I best be on my way out. You treat me just like another stranger. Well, it's nice to meet you, sir. I guess I'll go. I best be on my way out. Thank you. That was the first one. And move these papers. I wish. This I was trying to end on a happier note. Man, tonight was so amazing. First of all of the emotions that I felt when I walked in, and I'm just like, my back is hurting and my brain is fried, and I'm like, dang, now I gotta cry too. So I really appreciate everyone's pieces. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate being here. So this is called Adore You by Harry Styles, the man. strawberry lipstick state of mind, state of mind. I get so lost inside your eyes. Would you believe it? You don't have to say you love me. You don't have to say nothing. You don't have to say you're mine, honey. I walk the fire for you. Just let me adore you. Oh, honey, I walk the fire for you. Just let me adore you. Like it's the only thing I'll ever do. Only thing I'll ever do. You're wonder under summer skies, summer skies. Brown skin and lemon over eyes. Oh, baby, you don't have to say you love me. I just want to tell you something. Lately you've been on my mind, honey. I walk the fire for you. Just let me adore you. Oh, honey, I walk the fire for you. Just let me adore you. Like it's the only thing I'll ever do. Only thing I'll ever do. The only thing I'll ever do. The only thing I'll ever do. The only thing I'll ever do. It's the only thing I'll ever do. The only thing I'll ever do. The only thing I'll ever do. I'd walk the fire for you. Just let me adore you. Oh, honey, I'd walk the fire for you. Just let me adore you. Like it's the only thing I'll ever do. Only thing I'll ever do. Oh, honey, walk through fire for you. Honey, like it's the only thing I'll ever do. And that's it.
Oh yeah, awesome. I mean, that's it. All right, that was amazing. Hell yeah.
That was
Make some love, make some noise.
Oh, yes.
Domo.
Go,
Yo,
Domo. Woo.
I have to
Thank
say,
you.
like,
Right?
I have to
That's
see,
it,
like,
right? We're supposed to have
there's a
13 minutes.
no. Actually, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, it wasn't as long as you made it sound. It was gonna be. No, hell yeah. But first of all, I gotta say, like, seeing you perform, like when you don't have homework or anything, like there's a weight lifted off of you, and you can tell you're like, hey, what's up, everyone?
My throat cracking from the tiredness. Yes, yes.
But you went in though, baby. You did. You went in. It was great.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was great.
So as always, before we move on, like you want to share those socials? How can people watching on YouTube or whatever hear more of your stuff or catch you online?
I have too much social media, so there's that. I have 3 Instagrams. If you follow Creatively Damo, you will find all of them. So Creative LYDOMO. I'm sorry for my throat sounding so funny. Yes, if you don't have the book, if you don't have the IG of the Instagrams, there's the Face of Books, so you can follow me there on at Dominique Bethel. That's my full government. Don't tell nobody. And yeah, so there's that. And my Cash App is Damo Beth. If you ever feel generous for me. And then what else? I think that's it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Domo Beth, Cash App.
No, I gotta plug some things.
Okay, yes, please.
Me at other open mics. This is not the only one. The main one that is other than this one is Broken Mike, Spokane, Washington, on Wednesday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. Pacific, not specific.
To be specific, we're talking Pacific. All right, hell yeah. Thank you, Domo. Yeah, definitely check out Broken Mike. Lots of love. We connected with a lot of people there. Yeah, awesome. Thank you also for sticking around. All right, yo, we're gonna keep going. In fact, we're gonna go. I think this is the latest this he's ever performed. But we're gonna go international again. We're gonna go back to the Philippines. We got Lacan made it to the mic. Lacan is here.
Yeah.
Sitting through lunch and everything. Hell yeah. Lacan, how you doing today?
It's weird because I performed for an IG live and I'm not so accustomed to it. I performed the show was like 5 a.m. earlier, and then I performed around 7:30, and then slept for like 2 hours, worked to like a work meeting, and then I'm here.
Nice, man. Well, thanks for hanging out.
For sure, man. I enjoy this platform. So yeah, that was cool. So good afternoon, everyone. Magandang tanghali. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. My name is Lacan, and a few days ago, I heard about this young poet in the Philippines who got bashed, and I just couldn't help but remember how I started. And I hope that everyone here, you don't forget your beginnings. So I just had to write something about it, and so I did. So here it goes. I remember the lights seemed like warm embers, paving my footsteps through the towering stairs, cradling my 3-month-old art into a universe of a stage. I could hear my sneakers squeaking into the wooden panels. It felt like home. I was ready to surrender into the cushion of the mic, flailing my arms into the safety of the abyss of a breath. And I looked inward, like I was peering through windows of people who are like me. Apparently, I am not alone. I was in a room of a black hole full of stars. It was breathtaking. Inhaling bravery, I held a sigh like an unending goodbye. Then words traversed through my throat. It was a constellation of stared blinks, jumping from one heartbeat to the next gasp. Then I heard my voice hold a second, then released a supernova of nevermores. It feels so fucking good to express yourself finally, and I saw their fingers implode in their lips when I exploded my last luminescence. It was beautiful. A galaxy of clasps grasps the entire hall. A silver star, a young one, rises in the eastern heavens, and I could feel the quadrants of my heart. Respite. As I descend my light to the ground, a much senior poet approached me, with his flare glaring this red bright snare, bearing my sight to lower in respect to an illustrious one. I was mumbling, even before he was close enough to hear my pulse refracting. He finally spoke. Your poem is garbage, but I can teach you to write and perform so you can be a better poet. In that moment, I learned that not everything in the cosmos deserves to be looked up to, including myself. Well, not until I have owned my own self-respect again. Thank you.
Wow, horrific.
To be honest, that's my story. That was real. It happened. I was a senior poet who was performing for more than 10 years and who approached me. And I was I still carry the scar up to now. And yeah, so there. I am going to be publishing my first, my debut poetry collection this April. It's going to be launched April 18. It's going to be launched live and online simultaneously. I hope you guys can join. The title of this book is called Silver Strands, and one of the people that I dedicate this to are the elderly, because you see in the Philippines it's very rare to see us nursing homes because they usually stay with us until the end. But every year I go to Home for the Aged to share my heart, and this entire book goes to them, and this is one of the poems. How does death feel like when you're the one alive? Between the crumpled knees on the buried floor, begging the knobs to turn. It used to, but not anymore. Pride can make you stay still, folded beside a departed bed. No one is coming back. No one is going to forgive you. Now, it's just a lamentations of embracing the worn out clothes of the abandoned on your too late gray chest. It will fit your could, your should, but would got ripped already, much worn by the one you outgrew, outstretched, used too much, too well, that you had to throw away once you got something new. Are you happy now? Contented? The only real consolation is found in laying memories in boxes. This shouldn't be difficult for you. To compartmentalize is your skill you've mastered. The quality of packing the faded garments, dull tools, sepia photographs is incredible. Have you rehearsed shoving the severed many times? Does decapitating fates over paid forgetfulness feel so good that you acted as if nothing was lost? You do love plays, though. To play plights that are caught mid-air on night palms. Sadly, your script had been packed in white linen on a metal sheet. Your manuscript of forsaking someone got bought already by death. No worries, you got compensated. Guilt. Less is more on the eerie flat stage. You've sold out the show, and the curtains can't drop lower than your regret. It's too deep. All you can do is to tie it aside, not a copper ribbon, beside the lifeless bed frame of a backdrop dropping, drooping drapings of what was once a halfway house of dying endlessly, or directed by you under your theater of selfishness. Now, stand up with your boxed traitor memory you had produced. Walk across the unnursed home of your putrid capped soul. Take your lifelong cracked bow and accept your creaking applause of someone you had played to part a fool who just wanted to be loved. But did you? Really? Then why did death arrive and no one else was there to say stop? Thank you.
Awesome. Oh man, your theatrical prowess shines through in your
Come on,
poetic
man.
performance as
Like,
well.
come
That voice,
on.
though, man.
Sounds
That
really good.
voice.
Man.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
just wanted to
Jay,
say
you are
that singing
freaking
port is a piece of
amazing,
shit.
all right?
Oh, that was everything. That was
That guy who
great.
said that your poem is garbage, he was garbage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that happens too often. A lot of people like to gatekeep, especially if they've been in the scene for a while. But yo, thanks for reaching out to this younger poet that you mentioned and
did.
sharing that. Can't wait for Silver Strands. And Lacan, people are seeing you for the first time. How can they follow you online?
We can connect on Instagram. My handle is DLKN Poetry. And I do have an open mic with Society X. And it's every Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern. And every Saturdays, this is new. It's called BU or Bottoms Up. And it is an art jam. And it is at 10 a.m. every Saturdays. And I love that I could cover all major time zones, but I'm sorry, Sydney and Auckland, I couldn't. I tried. Last week, which was our pilot, we were gunning for, we went on for 5 hours of poetry, music, theater, dance, painting, and all that. So that was really beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome. That's amazing to hear. Like I'm glad that we're finding ways to make this happen. And so, yeah, definitely check those out. I can't wait to check one out. I'm making time, eventually to make it to all these. Yes, thank you, Lacan. All right, so check it, guys. Speaking of long, this is going on our 4th hour of when I started this recording. That's crazy. It tells me the time right on the screen. We just passed 4. Well, no, we're almost 10 minutes past 4 hours since I started this stream. But we do have one more performer, and I just want to say, thanks to everyone who has performed. We after the show, if you don't know, I stopped the live stream and I leave it open if people just want to hang out for a little bit. I know it is late, so I do want to thank everyone just for sticking around. Let's see, yeah, our next performer is a pretty much like a genre onto himself. He is him. He is let's see, he's as swift as a coursing river, with the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire, as mysterious as the dark side of the moon. It's Dan the Man. I think and I hope he's ready. Dan, are you ready? Dan the Man must be no.
And
Oh yeah, I don't have my looper, so take it away, man.
Okay, sorry, I'm unmuted. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Yep, screenshot. Yeah. Okay. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? All right. Well, as y'all know, yeah, my blogs, know everything. Well, I have no idea what in the hell's going on. I've been double checking my, funny that I've been double checking my blogs and something isn't right because it looks like my increase of the popularity has been decreasing slowly. It's like flattening the curve. I don't know what the hell's going on here. This can't be right. Okay. Well, as you know, this is like not going for a job or anything, something like that. Well, something like that. You'll find out. Okay. It is called Going for a Big Break, but behind schedule. Right. What's slowing me down? I'm driving all around town. It looks like I'm a clown around. It looks like I'm a clown in the face. Well, have an obsession with deadlines, like seconds, minutes, hours, or eye on the clock, like having like 4 minutes. Yeah, you know the song. Yeah. Oh, eyeing on the clock like it's tangles. I ain't no fan of the Cincinnati Bengals, but mostly I like listening to this Pursuit of Happiness. That's the band. It's called Cigarette Dangles. You shot me down a lean. Yeah. Yeah, anybody know the song? Hold on. Yeah. Cigarette dangles. Keep seeing that jet. Yeah, you know the song Cigarette Dangles by The Pursuit of Happiness. Eyeing on the clock that shines, refusing to decline, full speed a line, cloud nine. I heard it to the grapevine. Yeah. Well, it's not about the job I work or the errands that less berserk. It's my blogs that I work, and I did not see a decrease coming. Yeah, I'm losing peace. Yeah, I need some increase of the population. I need to increase. Well, I thought I was on schedule. Nothing special. People are influential. I need more fans. I need more of the land. Like I'm stuck in the battle of the bands. Well, was I declined? I'm losing my shine of my blogs of mine. Weird. And I thought I was on schedule, but I didn't see an increase, less increase, but less followers on my social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and no followers, no peace. Yeah. Well, especially the low counts of my views when I upload on YouTube. I just got below 50, not a good average, low coverage, stuck with no leverage. I need a beverage like a Pepsi or a Dr. Pepper. Yeah. Easy ice. I need more counts, full amount of population, no discount, no full clarity. After years of my blog, I thought I was in full gear, I was in full gear with more popularity, more fans, never fear, but the gear may have backfired. Now I'm in fear. How did I lose popularity? How am I hoping for a big break, but not an earthquake that backfires my quest for a big break? Somebody please give me a break. Yes. Yeah. I don't know why I'm falling behind. Was I fine? Was I blind? Like I'm out of my mind, or like I'm out of my mind. I can't be outlying. Like hell, I'm declined. Yeah, talking about decline and fall. Yeah, and no way I'm out of my mind. I need more fans to find. I need more followers to find. I need more viewers to find. I need more high numbers to find. I need to be recognized to find. I'm hoping to have I hope to having a check and in the side of blue circle, like right next to my name of mine, like you've seen on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, the blue check, the blue circle and the check inside. Yeah. I really need a big break so I can be on top again. So I should find some way to boost up my popularity. Or is there some way I could go viral? Maybe wishing I could be on Ellen so I can't be fallen. Please put me on Ellen. Damn, do I sound like Gary Busey? I thought it was. Oh well. Well, I thought I was on schedule, but less followers, no peace. On my social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, especially on my YouTube, I need a big, so please give me a big break. So give me a big break, not an earthquake that can backfire my quest for a big break. Still, I'm behind schedule. Man. Well, yeah. Yeah, you're right, Richie. I do. So, what do y'all think? Yeah, what do y'all think?
Cool, man. Cool. Sometimes you just gotta let it out. You just gotta vent. It's cool. I feel that. I feel you.
That's gonna be a little virtual chat. No followers, no peace.
All I'm trying to do is I thought I was behind schedule. I need more population. I still need to be recognized, like all over the world. It's kind of all over the country, but not. I don't know about the world. I don't know, but okay. Well, all right, you guys. So just to let you know, my next blog will feature a slideshow. You guys will be in this one. So, all right. Hey, Richie, I'm going to share my, yeah, thank you. Okay, so, all right, y'all need to, so next Monday, I know it's International Women's Day. I got something for the ladies. You're gonna like this one. So, all right. All right. Here it is. Read it and weep it. Yeah, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, hashtag Animans Weekly. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube, please. All right. And yep, next Monday will be the International Women's Day. And I got something we'll be planned you'll like. And don't forget, my slideshow is going to be on my next slide. It's going to be on my next blog, the very first slideshow of 2021. And y'all will be featured on this one because I screenshot you guys. All right. Okay. You guys going to like this one. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much. You have a pleasant evening. And back to you, Richie. Thank you, Richie. Appreciate it. Oh, and I almost forgot. Blow on the page.
Sorry, I was muted. The show's a little long, man. So thank you, Dan. Thank you so much. Before we end the show, I just want to let you guys know about this workshop going on this coming Wednesday, Mountain Standard Time, 1 to 3 p.m. My friend Grace Munoz, that's her book right there. She's on the bottom. Her book Guatlicue Girl is up, and it's awesome. It's super cool. I know I'm gonna get corrected on that right now from Mr. Tesosomok. But my friend also Therese Mayo, who wrote Heartberries, New York Times bestseller. They're both gonna co-lead a writing workshop together, creative nonfiction. Blood on the Page. I blanked earlier on the name. It's Blood on the Page. This is through one of the groups I help run at APCC. And it's there. You can follow on just look up Papagayo Project, and if you want the link, you can just message me on the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series pages, any of them, or my personal pages. But as far as tonight goes, I think we're gonna go ahead and end the night. Thanks for everyone who performed. Like tonight was like freaking amazing. We're gonna stop the live stream. Some of us are gonna hang out for a little bit as long as we can. I know it is late, and so thank everyone. I want to thank everyone for their patience. Yeah. So we'll be back next week. It's March.
You're the man.
Oh yeah.